the long view from conservation to sustainability. Works from the Bank of America collection. A free new art exhibit now open at the Arkansas Museum of Fine Arts, featuring nature prints, landscape photography, and eye-catching sculptures. This exciting exhibit will give you a whole new appreciation for art and the environment. Go check it out. Admission is free, and the exhibit is open all summer long. Plan your visit today at arkmfa.org. That's arkmfa.org.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Like, he doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard.
Coverage of the College World Series is brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant.
No, he swings, he lines it left center field, in for a base hit. Robinette scoring from third. Thomas going to third. The throw, diving in, ahead of it safely. 1-0 Razorbacks. Charles Davalon's made it 3 consecutive base hits. Kellum is ready. Here's the 1-2. Malloy, ground ball, base hit down the third base line, scoring Thomas. Davalon headed to third base. The left fielder talking. He picks it up and fires it in. Runners at second and third as Malloy makes it 2-0 Razorbacks. Pitch on the way. Swing, fly ball, right field coming on Mercer, and he makes a lunging drop of the ball. He dropped it. Davalon in from third base easily. Malloy holds at second. 3-0 Arkansas. 1 out away from something that's much bigger than a win in Omaha. The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood no hits him, and the Hogs win it 3-0. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas. Here in downtown Omaha, Gage Wood throws a no-hitter and completes the game with 19 strikeouts, his last 5. They're coming out to mob Gage Wood, who pitched the game of his life.
We're not going home. We're playing. We get to play tomorrow night. But it's pretty cool.
All right, welcome in. Another great day here in Omaha. Hogs win, and they do it in historic fashion. Justin Acri, DJ Williams, Christian Weaver, and we are joined by the man whose voice you just heard excitedly conveying a no-hitter. Historic moment here in Omaha. It's Phil Wilson, the voice of the Arkansas Razorbacks, and he has been kind enough to pop on with us here at DJ's Dugout, and you're welcome to come join us and say hello, maybe get Phil's autograph, and, certainly going to be trying to get Gage Wood's autograph at some point, but, man, what a great day for the team, and, again, when you said it, I thought, okay, yeah. I mean, hard to debate. I'm always wary of hyperbole, but it is the greatest performance when you consider what was done and the situation that it was done within. So, very impressive day. That'd be great to be part of that call.
It was so cool, Justin. Yeah. Can I put it let me be a little more hyperbolic now with a little bit of perspective on this. When you intersect the thought of the greatest game pitched in Razorback history with the best game ever pitched in the College World Series, this is one of the all-time great solo performances in college sports history. Like, not just in college baseball history, because Gage Wood did a lot of the work just between him and Ryder Helfrich. And it's 19 strikeouts out of 28 batters. Your third baseman didn't even need a glove. Vahiva Aloy made 1 play at shortstop. Your left fielder didn't even need a glove. It's crazy. I mean, it's as close to perfection as you can get without it being, and then add the dominance on top of it. I think this performance stands alone. It's tough to compare against some other things, but this has to be on the short list of one of the all-time greatest solar performances in the history of college sports.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. 19 Ks, by the way, also a record for a 9-inning game, and I went and did a little history lesson here, and there was a guy that pitched for Ohio State in the 60s that set the mark, and it was 20, but he did it in 15 innings.
Yeah, and against wooden bats. I mean, there's a difference here.
Fair point.
They haven't thrown a no-hitter of the College World Series since well before the change over to metal and now composite bats.
Didn't even think about that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. There were a lot of interesting stats in here. I went back and looked through a bunch of the numbers. But, again, 19, it's an insane number. And he broke the old record, by 2 for a 9-inning game, rather. It was 17 prior to. And
you know what this reminded me of?
What's that?
I thought about this because he also just pitched with the same 2 pitches. You remember Kerry Wood against the Astros in 1998? Mm-hmm. That wasn't a no-hitter, but it was one little puddly single away from being a perfect game. Ugh, there's Mike the Tiger out there. I hope I see him later tonight.
That was 21 strikeouts, right?
That was 20 strikeouts.
Yeah.
I was at the game the night before at Wrigley Field, too, by the way. I missed that game by 1 day.
Oh, boy.
But that's the same kind of performance because, it's like you're saying, Christian, that's 20 strikeouts out of 28 batters and one little piddly single. This is 19 strikeouts out of 28 batters and a fluky hit batter. That's the only thing between a no-hitter and a perfect game. So that reminded me of Kerry Wood yesterday because he just did it with a fastball and a curveball, and neither of them were hittable.
They got the guys out of there relatively quickly, so we didn't get a chance to really deep dive a lot of things. Do you know if H has ever thrown a no-hitter at any level before?
I don't think he has.
Yeah.
Certainly not on 119 pitches.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, too. By the way, that number's insane, too. In the history book here, it's like 185 or 189 pitchers, something crazy.
Well, I'll bet that guy's 185th pitch wasn't 97 miles an hour.
I bet he didn't have any pitches that were 97 miles an hour. So what does this do for Arkansas? It obviously keeps them in the tournament, and they will await their next adversary after the game finishes today. So we had a rain delay last night, and then they put the game off. And I applaud them because they called it pretty early, so they didn't have everybody hanging around the stadium for a very long period of time. There wasn't a ton of rain last night, but there was a lot of lightning. Yeah, it was an issue. So anyway, right now you got UCLA and LSU playing. They're going to the bottom of the 4th. LSU coming up to bat. They lead 5-3. So I didn't see – I guess that was not Ianson pitching. I don't know what they decided to do there.
Case and Evans that resumed the game for them.
Okay.
And that's the guy that's been their third starter for a good chunk of the season. He was the third starter in the series against the Razorbacks, and they hit him pretty well.
Well, for LSU, this could be good news, bad news, right? Because you can bring Ianson back a little maybe sooner than you would have with him only pitching a couple innings yesterday.
Not if they lose this morning and have to play tonight.
Great point. He won't see the field again.
He won't pitch again. He won't pitch today.
No, for sure. That's what I'm saying. But he would be available in Thursday's game if he got to that point.
We're all humongous Bruins fans.
Absolutely.
You want LSU tonight.
Right. Yeah. I want to play them in the
tomorrow, because tomorrow Ianson can probably get back out there. The only difference is that think of the difference in Liam Doyle when he pitched in a regional final Monday and then had to come back on a Sunday, and he wasn't the same guy. There's a difference. I mean, he's just the intensity of that is different. So I don't think he'd be the same pitcher, and I think the same of Cade Anderson. If you have to go all the way to Thursday, and Anderson's probably who they pitch, he's on 2 days short rest. It's not going to be the same pitcher.
Let me ask you as a broadcaster, again, we're talking to Phil Ellison if you're just tuning in. DJ, how are you guys? Christian?
We're good. Just sit back, hanging out.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Sorry, we're both so wound up about this no-hitter. We're just hey, guys.
You guys were there, so.
Yeah.
You got better insight than us.
But I was going to ask you about the broadcasting perspective on what to do, what not to do. I was careful. You and I both don't believe in the jinx of any sort for a broadcaster. However, I just think from an etiquette standpoint, you don't really do it. You just kind of point out what's going on. How'd you guys handle it in the booth yesterday?
It was hilarious with me because as soon as ESPN started showing Gage in the dugout, we've got a monitor in the booth so I can see what they're showing. They put the words "perfect game alert" up there. And I wasn't going to – my only two things, I'm not going to say no-hitter until it's a no-hitter. I'm not going to say perfect game until it's a perfect game because no one's working on a no-hitter. It's either a no-hitter or it's not.
Yeah.
But they don't have any hits. First 18 batters have made an out. All they have is a hit batter through 8 innings. There's ways to give the information so that it's obvious and without saying the words that's going to piss off your entire listenership and also cause Bubba to grab the bat that he brings into the booth and hit me over the head with it, because this was my favorite part of it, and I only referred to it in the post-game show when the whole thing was done. I tried to bring up what I saw on the TV screen with Bubba on the radio broadcast, that the guys are leaving Gage alone. He's sitting all by himself in the back of the dugout, and Bubba wouldn't even entertain it. He went into player mode.
Yeah.
He didn't go into broadcaster mode, in which you're supposed to talk about what it feels like in the dugout at that very moment. Bubba's been around for, I don't know if no hitters, but he's been around for guys that have been working on one. And what do you do when you're a player in that dugout? You leave that dude alone. You don't even look at him. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
I started talking about it. I look over to Bubba. He's not even looking at me. So I just realized I guess I have to go at this a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's interesting. Dave Van Horn addressed it. We'll hear from him coming up in his opening statement about not talking about it. But the best soundbite in the postgame, and it was interesting because Gage Wood, I thought, was phenomenal the way he handled it. He didn't say a lot of words in the postgame. He talked about how he was irritated that he hit the guy in the 8th inning. I mean, again, you're talking about one-hit batsman away from a perfect game. Would have been the first one ever in College World Series history. But having the third no-hitter in the first one in 65 years is obviously very significant. But I like the way he handled it. And, Ryder Helfrich deserves a ton of credit, too, and they did heap a lot of praise on him since he calls the game. We'll hear about that. But the best soundbite of the postgame was hearing from Davalon and Helfrich about how they handled the situation and not addressing what was very obvious, which is that there were no hits given up at that point. Here they were in the postgame yesterday.
Yeah, I think no one talked about it in the dugout except for G-Baby, our bat boy. I guess apparently going into he came back after the 8, and then we went 1, 2, 3 or whatever, and then he said, G-Baby said, is Gage going back out for the no-no? So I guess he said it, but no, I think it was in the 5th. I knew he was going to do it. His stuff's so good. He's worked so hard, so I'm really proud of him, and I know that everybody's proud.
Yeah, I mean, I for sure wasn't saying anything. It's just, I guess Gage said something, so. But, it's just talking with him, making sure he just knows one pitch at a time, one out at a time, one inning at a time. Don't get too far ahead of yourself and just keep making your best pitch. I think that was what I was telling him in the dugout, but I definitely wouldn't say anything. So
it's interesting, Wood, the most he spoke about yesterday was about Cunningham, the shortstop for Murray State, who is a Batesville native like himself, and he talked about how they worked together. They didn't play together. He missed him by a year. He graduated right before Cunningham came in. But they do work together in the offseason. He's got a ton of respect for him, and I thought his comment on that was great, and we'll play that in a second. First off, though, I want to get Wood talking about what he did with the ball, because he was asked, well, where's the game ball?
I gave it to my dad, said happy late Father's Day.
It's a pretty good gift. Hard to top.
You have to know, too, Gage's father is sometimes, and usually, the first person at the gates at Boehm Walker waiting to get in for every game. He's always there. Always wearing that helmet, too. So he's as dedicated of a fan as there is, and I thought that was so cool that Gage gave him the ball immediately. My friend is Josh Rawitch is the National Baseball Hall of Fame president. We went to Indiana University together. I've already gotten text from him that he wanted, I had to laugh, he wants Gage's jersey for Cooperstown.
Good luck.
Well, in today's day and age of college sports, they're not giving jerseys away.
Yeah.
They'll sell it. And the Hall of Fame doesn't buy things.
Yeah.
So, but how cool is that? And that's the difference between throwing a no-hitter on a Saturday in the regular season, or like I've seen calling a no-hitter in the minor leagues. It's super cool. I mean, it's a great achievement no matter where it happens. But the entire nation isn't tuning in for it and hearing about it while they're at work and gathering around the television and watching. So I bet there were a lot of people yesterday that do not watch college baseball that picked up on what was going on, and they're watching.
Yeah.
That was a nationwide thing.
But he was on. I mean, I'm watching GMA this morning at the hotel, while I'm getting ready and prepping, and they're talking about it in their opening segment. I'm thinking, man, this is a huge deal. Again, it does transcend sport because it's such a unique achievement. So,
and where it happened, I mean, this is a magical place. The guy who there's a column here in the sports section of the Omaha World Herald that I think puts it perfectly. This columnist Tom Shadle. He's been covering this event for years. Just to put it in perspective here, Shadle says, think about all the great pitchers who have appeared in Omaha in the past 65 years. Roger Clemens, Tom Seaver, Mike Mussina, Dave Winfield, Mark Pryor, Garrett Cole, on and on. None of them threw a no-hitter. There's a bigger list than just those guys.
Sure.
Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
There's already should be 2 of them on this list. 3 of them. There should be 3. It should be Mussina, Seaver, and Clemens. And, Winfield is
but
too.
not as a pitcher, yeah.
Think about that.
It's amazing.
This is a standalone achievement.
Hey, Phil, it's DJ here.
Hi, DJ.
Hey, buddy. I see you.
Right. Hey, y'all. It's good to see y'all. Yeah, I thought that was super awesome. Now, Phil, I got something in my DNA that always just seems like I always got something to pick apart. All right?
Oh, no.
I know Justin.
Don't you do it?
Because he's a film watcher. You watch film.
Yeah, I am. And so for me, I know going into this game, and like I said, the history part and all watching that was amazing. All right. But then, heading into that game, I remember Justin kind of talking about, Murray State has no business being in this game with Arkansas. They're on their day 2 pitcher. Arkansas would handle business and move on and not get too far into their bullpen at all. Now that we had our no-hitter and we're celebrating, which it should be, as Coach Dave Van Horn, is he somewhat thinking it'd be nice if we have more than just 3 runs,
They need that. Absolutely,
Yeah.
DJ. And that is the thing to pick apart from yesterday. It's not, it has, all we want to talk about is the pitching performance, but I was worried from what I saw at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about what Cade Anderson does to Arkansas hitters or anybody else, because that dude's pretty close to the major leagues, probably more so than any pitcher in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday, I didn't really think that the Murray State pitchers did anything special. I think that Arkansas batters might have been a little bit in their own head. And I don't think Cade Anderson had much to do with it. There were some signs in this in the Super Regional, because one strength of this team is trusting your teammates and that somebody else can come up with the big hit if you can't. That's why you take pitches, because you don't have to do all the work. That there are guys on the lineup that can do it for you. I'm seeing guys swinging out of the zone right now. Davallon yesterday, Maxwell getting jammed on pitches he doesn't get jammed on. Aloy swinging out of the strike zone, both of them. And that has to, you've got to get back to where they were before, because the defining characteristic of a great hitting team is not the home runs and the doubles and all of that stuff. Really, it's trust in the entire lineup and not coming out of yourself. And they got to get back to that.
Yeah, I mean, I did think Silva was locked in. He looked very confident on the mound, and he's their second best starter. So, I mean, again, I would have liked to have seen Arkansas generate more runs. They did have 10 hits in the game. They stranded 9 batters. So we didn't get the key hit in a number of occasions. And you saw when they did have an opportunity against Anderson, you hit into double plays. So, I mean, it has been the untimeliness of it. They're putting guys on. They only got a couple of walks. That's the other thing. Arkansas's been walked 4 times in 2 games. So the other pitchers have done a good job in that way. I'm just saying, I don't think either team has really given them a lot. Now, maybe they're not throwing special stuff. I mean, maybe, admittedly, they've seen way better pitchers than Silva this season, but I do think he did a nice job with what he's capable of doing.
I thought those guys got away with some pitches yesterday that could have been crushed. And they need to get back to it. This is the most dangerous lineup in the entire tournament, and they haven't shown it yet. And again, what Cade Anderson does to teams, just put that one behind
right.
you. It's much different facing a sinker slider guy like you faced yesterday, or anybody else that you're going to face, because there isn't another pitcher in this tournament that's as close to Major League ready as Cade Anderson, even Gage Wood, So what their identity is, and look, the reason they're here is because they're deep in all the areas, but their identity is we can outslug you, and that's how you get out of a loser's bracket.
Do you have any feel for UCLA staff and what they might do if they win? If LSU wins this game, they're leading, by the way, 5-3 with 2 on, 2 outs in the 4th.
I really don't. I don't. But just.
And UCLA's more of an offensive team than a pitching and defense team, right?
Yeah, I think they're also a West Coast ball club, so. They're going to do the small ball thing. Heck, they had their top hitter, Chalowski, the shortstop, squeeze bunting in the first game of this tournament. He leads them in home runs. I mean, that'll tell you what they're all about. They're all about finding ways to score runs here and there when you can. And they got a couple of guys with power. I don't know too much about their pitching yet.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. They may be going to the bullpen right now.
Well, there's a number that tells you something. 13 pitchers have made 17-plus appearances, which is the most in the NCAA. So they've got a deep bullpen, too. But I wonder if it's guys that are getting through the order more than once. That's the thing about Arkansas's pitching staff that's a little different, is that you have relievers that will be able to get through the order more than once. And they're going to need that, too. I'm interested to see who they start later today. I don't know. I don't even think it has to do with who the opponent is, because I think at some point you see both Jimenez and Beidelshees, so a lefty and righty in the same game. I do.
Okay. And you don't think it matters who starts?
I'm not really sure if it does. We can look at the lefty-righty matchup kind of stuff a lot, but sometimes it can be a little overdone. Just the thought that you probably need both of those guys anyway.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Makes sense. Last thing here. Here's Dave Van Horn right after the game and talking about, obviously, the no-hitter at the moment, and heaping some praise on his team for getting it done.
Yeah, I don't know where to start, really. It was, you think about how we pitched today. I mean, how Gage pitched, and I I thought Ryder did a great job calling the game. I don't think a lot of people realize that we let our catchers call the game. We'll give them maybe some educated suggestions, and the pitcher can shake. And we just feel like they grow in development by letting them do that. And obviously our catchers have to earn that a little bit, in fall practice. And Ryder's been great at it. He has good feel back there, and he kind of knows what's up. And then Gage just executing pitch after pitch, getting ahead in the count, breaking ball low in the dirt, not a problem because Ryder's back there and he blocks everything, and then elevating his fastball in and out. And what a great job. And then, the few plays that we had to make behind him, I think we had to make 9 maybe, 8. I don't know. How many you strike out? 19? So I'm just glad we made all those plays, and just so close to the perfect game. And I'll be the first one to say it. There was nothing being said or talked about in our dugout whatsoever. We were just going to let him roll, and no, there was no chance he was coming out after 8. And he did a super job, man. So proud of him and proud of the team bouncing back after a tough loss the other night. Game had a lot of hype. Didn't go our way, but we're still here and we still have a chance.
Yeah. Listening to Dave there, you have to think about the small things that define a program. And what defines Matt Hobbs's pitching program are some of the things Dave just went through.
Yeah.
The work that they put in fall, in understanding what strengths are mentally for pitchers with their catchers, and that relationship and the trust, because most head coaches don't trust their catchers enough to let them call a game. That makes Arkansas stand apart. I mean, in a minuscule way, 1%. The other thing is pitch execution. These guys make pitches when they have to make pitches. That's the difference. When you say there's command, there's control, there's execution of pitches. And that defines this program in Matt Hobbs's terms.
LSU coming up with timely hits against UCLA. They've got runners on the corners now with 2 outs, so they got a little 2-out rally going here. They brought a couple home. Milam, who is just that guy, he is such a little pipsqueak, and he's such a stud, especially in the postseason. He's done such a good job for them, and he got the first hit that brought home a run, and now he is on third, and they got 7-3 the lead now, and UCLA is going to go to the bullpen now. So Arkansas is going to get, again, UCLA is trying to stay in the winner's bracket, so they're going to, I'm assuming, do everything they can to, win this ball game and come back from down 7-3, but tall order for sure. So,
Justin, do you feel like, I know the coach would never say it, if they see the writing on the wall, do they dig that deep into their bullpen knowing they got a game coming up tonight?
You're exactly right. That's the good question, DJ.
Yeah, if it's a 4, 5, 6-run game, maybe not. But if, they can tighten it up a bit. And, again, keep in mind, they got those 3 runs in the first inning. Ianson he didn't give up any hard-hit balls, but it was sort of a messy first inning, and they were able to plate 3. And ever since then, they haven't really offered up much. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still hoping for a Bruins comeback. We got plenty more to get into with Gage Wood. We haven't heard from Matt Hobbs. Dave Van Horn, to Phil's point, heaping praise on his catcher and his pitching coach, and we will talk about that and hear from them on those topics coming up. We're going to talk about last night's game. Christian feeling good about OKC after a really impressive performance, especially Jalen Williams. My goodness, what an effort last night. He and SGA with 71 combined points in the victory last night as they
scored or assisted on 103 of our 120 points.
There you go. We've got a few other things we're going to get to as well, but again, Arkansas on the field tonight. There is weather in the area. We've not even alluded to that, and there is the potential for some disruption for the Arkansas 6 o'clock start tonight, and we're just going to have to keep an eye on the weather. It obviously impacted the series last night, and it could do it again tonight. So whatever happens, I hope they make a call quickly if there's an issue. Hopefully it doesn't get to be that bad and they can play through it, but there is certainly that threat tonight. It's 10:29. We are here at DJ's Dugout. Love to see you. Thanks to Phil Elson for popping on with us. And again, congrats to the Hogs, and tip the cap to you. Great call on that.
Thank you.
Historic moment, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, we're back after this. Stick around. You're in the zone.
Crawfish season is finally back at Eat My Catfish. We've got fresh, live crawfish, and all you have to do is just add the fixins. Be sure to come see us or order online at eatmycatfish.com. Eat local, eat fresh, Eat My Catfish.
This is SportsCenter.
Arkansas will live to fight one more day at the College World Series thanks to history from Gage Wood.
The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood no-hits him, and the Hogs win it 3-0. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas. Here in downtown Omaha, Gage Wood throws a no-hitter. They're coming out to mob Gage Wood, who pitched the game of his life.
Phil Ellison on the call on the Razorback Sports Network as the Hogs win 3-0 against Murray State. They preserve their season for at least one more day as Gage Wood throws the third no-hitter in College World Series history. He sets the all-time record with 19 strikeouts for a game in the College World Series. The Hogs will play again tonight against the winner of UCLA and LSU, a game that still needs to be finished after it was suspended yesterday. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Founded by the dynamic music duo Cliff and Susan Prowse, Big Red Dog Productions, your gateway to music excellence, offering music production, artist development, with a proven track record of award-winning events. From recording the songs you've written to learning how to book and play crowd-engaging shows, their Entertainers Academy can ignite your music career. Visit BigRedDogProductions.com. Your path to a full-time music career awaits.
Are you tired of holding up a two-wheeled bike at every stoplight? Are you ready for the ultimate thrill on the open road? Introducing the Can-Am Spyder, the three-wheeled motorcycle that redefines adventure. The Can-Am Spyder is built for those who crave excitement. Its dynamic handling, advanced safety features, and the unmatched power of the Rotax engine will leave you craving more. Live big, no regrets. Your next ride is waiting at Hubbard Power Sports, Can-Am, and Sea-Doo of Russellville. On the road, on the water, or in the trails, we've got the ride for you.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater and Tuesday. Rick Schaefer and I are playing a great show to get you ready for those Hogs. Next game, so we're bringing out the big guns. Kevin Bohannon goes around the horn and over the fence. And hogsports.com's Trey Biddy, thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. Then the Razorback pregame show is at 5:30. See you Tuesday on 103.7 The Buzz.
You're listening to The Zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams. You like what you hear? Well, check out our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
Some wind up in the Hall of Fame, some go down in the blaze of glory. Some people never ever make a name, but change the game in someone's story. I'm still trying to leave my mark with a simple song.
Yeah, I think it was go about it the same way, warm up the same way. It's just a game. Don't make it over much than it is, and I'd want nobody else on the mound and win or go home than him. So it was awesome.
That is Ryder Helfrich on the performance yesterday by Gage Wood. No-hitter, first time in 65 years here at the College World Series. Again, we're back in Omaha at DJ's Dugout. Open for business. Come on down, grab some lunch. And we've got a game underway with LSU and UCLA, and the Tigers off to a great start after having to hold it overnight and get back to it this morning. And the loser of this game plays Arkansas in the 6 o'clock game, provided the weather cooperates. And then, of course, you got an elimination game on the other side of the bracket with Oregon State and Louisville at 1 o'clock. So one of those two solid teams headed home after today as well. Let's head to the hotline, a guy who knows a little something about pitching in a high-pressure situation. Jordan Wicks is on the Jim's Razorback Pizza hotline.
Conway native and pitcher within the Chicago Cubs organization, Jordan Wicks joins the Zone each week this baseball season. Wicks was the Cubs' first-round pick in the 2021 draft and has made several appearances in the big leagues early in his career. He's brought to you by GM giant Crane Buick GMC. Family owned, they pride themselves in delivering personalized service and dedication to customer satisfaction. For more information, go to craneteamconway.com.
All right, let's get into it. Jordan Wicks, our favorite pro pitcher and also our favorite baseball analyst, joining us today. Jordan, welcome back. How's it going?
Good, guys. How are y'all?
Man, everything's good. Was glad to watch a historic moment yesterday in person over at Schwab Stadium. Pretty impressive performance by Gage Wood. You've been in that situation before, just depending on how deep you get into a game. But I got to think as a pitcher, there comes a point where you know, and everybody knows, and you got to try to block that out probably and just make the next pitch. How hard is it when you're in that situation to sort of stay focused and not think about what's at stake?
I think it definitely starts creeping in once you get past like the sixth inning. I think the first five, you don't really think about it, kind of whatever. And then once you get past the sixth and into that last kind of 7, 8, 9, it definitely starts to settle in. I think you could kind of see that he knew what was going on when he hit that guy in the seventh. You can kind of see it on his face, but he did a good job of staying composed and finishing it out. Definitely one of the most unbelievable performances I've ever watched. I was able to watch that game yesterday, and it's just so proud of him. So proud of him for sticking with it this year. He missed like 2 months due to injury throughout the season, but continued to work, continued to stay with it, and it's just an unbelievable moment.
As a guy who understands pitching at a deeper level than most of us and haven't really been in that position, you have. What impressed you the most about what he did?
I mean, he wasn't like he was sitting up there and they were chasing balls out of the zone. I mean, it was attack in the strike zone. Every pitch seemed to be in the zone. He was at one point through, I think it was like 6 innings, or it was either 5 or 6 innings on like 55 or 66 pitches with like 11 punch-outs. I mean, that's hard to do. Like if you're punching out 11, a lot of the times you're at like 80 pitches or 85 or whatever it is. I mean, it was good morning, good afternoon, and good night for a lot of those guys early in the game. Just right after him, here it is, you can't hit it, and the stuff was unbelievable. I'll tell you what, he definitely did himself a lot of favors here in a couple of weeks with that performance last night.
Yeah, how much is my son was asking me, and my buddy was asking me too, how much of a difference does it make, you think, for scouts and organizations on what they think of him? And he's obviously, already got great stuff, and he was already considered one of the, picks that, might have a shot to get in the first round. How much of an impact do you think that performance makes?
I think it's huge. What I comp it to is, one of my good friends in the org that, we eventually drafted was Cade Horton back when OU made that run, when he was absolutely unbelievable in the postseason and in that Omaha run. I mean, he shot up draft boards with how he pitched in Omaha and how, things ended up going like 9th overall. And, that really made me it kind of took me back to when Cade did that. And, that's a performance that can, shoot you into the first round for sure.
Yeah. Talking to Jordan Wicks again on the Jim's Raceback Pizza Hotline, thanks to Crane Buick GMC up in Conway. My friend DJ Downer, he's Debbie's brother.
What did I do?
Has brought up the offensive issues that Arkansas has had since they arrived. It's fair criticism. It's fair criticism.
Okay.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
All right.
Arkansas has not hit particularly well, but again, you're talking about Cade Anderson, who's spectacular. Could be he's probably going to be a top 5 pick. And then again, those guys aren't bums at Murray State either. They Phil felt like the Hog hitters missed out on a lot of pitches that were in the zone yesterday that normally or could have been hammered. But what did you see offensively from Arkansas, or anything overly concerning from your perspective?
And this is kind of, I feel like, the theme about when Arkansas goes to Omaha is they tend to struggle a little bit offensively, and the reason for that is when you play in a park like Baum, where the ball flies out of that park, you become so reliant on home runs and the big fly and all this stuff. I mean, you saw him, when you're playing Tennessee in the regional, that grand slam that was hit 90 miles an hour off the bat and barely got out. Mm-hmm. Now you're playing in a massive park at Charles Schwab where those balls are out. Those home runs that you hit down the line, they're out. And you got to be able to string hits together. You got to be able to hit to the gaps, singles, doubles. You're still going to be able to get the home run, but you're not going to be able to hit 4 or 5 homers a game and rely on that for offense. So you got to kind of look elsewhere for your offense. And, it's a real thing, because I know when I was at K-State, we had a park kind of like Baum where the ball just flew out of that park, and we were really good at home. And when we played on the road in bigger parks and parks where the ball didn't fly, we struggled offensively.
Yeah,
and it's a real thing.
Well, they did set a season high in stolen bases with 4 yesterday, and they did play a little small ball. They're getting, decent production at the bottom of the lineup. Justin Thomas was great yesterday, 4 for 4. Reese Robinette got a hit yesterday after hitting the home run in the first game, the one, real bright spot for Arkansas offensively in the first game. So, you're right. I just it's an interesting point, and I hope that they can do it because, again, yesterday the problem was they got guys on and then just couldn't come up with that hit to get guys home. So
that's why I like Jordan on this show, because that made me understand why we struggle so much. It makes sense. Never even thought about it.
Yeah.
God, it's great. I know my stuff now.
Absolutely. So
Arkansas, that park can be a graveyard.
Yeah.
We played there. We played Creighton there, which is a lot less fun time to play them because there's nobody in the stands because it's Creighton's home park during the year.
Yeah.
And I mean, you couldn't. You'd have had to hit a ball twice to get it out of center field on that cold day. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's a big ballpark for sure, and it was great. I mean, we ended up getting 24,000. It was a really late arriving crowd yesterday, and it was hot as blazes when the cloud cover wasn't out. But it ended up being a really good crowd by the end of the day, so it was nice. So we're watching UCLA and LSU right now, Jordan, and everybody's rooting for UCLA because I don't think any Arkansas fans want to play LSU twice. That being said, it would be really sweet to beat them twice in advance of the championship series. So I guess just thoughts on the potential matchups here and who's left in the tournament.
I'll tell you what, I think that I think Arkansas had the best possible thing that could have happened to them last night with that game getting rained out and moved to today, because you basically killed a starter for both of those teams. You had Ianson who went 3 innings. He's there, number 2, had a really good year. You definitely, I think if you're Arkansas, you want UCLA to win to try to put out LSU because you don't want Cade Anderson to be able to come back and throw in one of those 2 games. Because here's the deal. If LSU loses this game and goes into elimination, they're in trouble. Because we saw against Little Rock, their pitching depth is not their strong suit. Mm-hmm. They want to run their top, 3 or 4 arms out, and if you get, past that, they're in trouble. And so, LSU, this is a must-win game for them, so I imagine they're going to pitch like it because they want those off days to be able to bring their guys back. But, I think that you're definitely rooting for UCLA. Obviously, they're down 4 now, so they need to get something going. But, yeah, I think if you're Arkansas, you want to see LSU again to test some of that pitching depth.
Jordan, at what point does UCLA's coaching staff maybe say, "Ooh, all right, we still got a game tonight now. Hold off on bringing some guys in to try to have a late push to try to win the game"?
Yeah, I would imagine for them, since it's still at 4, they're probably going to give it a couple innings. But I mean, if it stays at 4, basically what you do is you throw some guys that probably aren't your premier guys to see if you can give your offense a couple tries to get back in it. And if your offense doesn't really cut into that 4-run lead at all, then you probably got to throw some of your lesser guys and save some arms for tonight. But if your offense starts to cut into it, if they get it down to 2 or 1, it gets really interesting with how you kind of manage that.
Talking to Jordan Wicks again on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, mostly baseball right now. What's going on with you? Where are you at?
We are in Nashville, Tennessee.
Where are you personally? How's your health? Where you at in your comeback?
Good. I actually I got bumped up a few days, so I have a bullpen today, and that's kind of the last check mark. Obviously, if everything goes well, today I'll be in a game Thursday.
Woo-hoo,
I'll be back out there Thursday.
Where are you guys? I guess you're still in Nashville then?
Yeah, we'll play in Nashville this week, and then we'll go back home for 10 games back home.
Is AAA 6 games, 6 days, or 5 games, 5 days? What is it?
6 games, 6 days. So we play Tuesday through Sunday. Have Mondays off every week.
Yep.
It's just like the Travelers schedule.
Yeah, I figured. I just didn't know.
Yeah. It's supposed to rain this week, so we'll see. I told one of my buddies, I was like, it makes sense why they only play night games here in Nashville. A day game with a free night for minor league teams would be dangerous down here in Nashville.
That
would
makes
not
sense.
Be
That's
it
pretty
would
smart.
not be ideal.
What kind of atmosphere do they have there? I mean, that's obviously a great city, and it just keeps growing by, leaps and bounds every year. It seems like more and more people are moving over there. What's the environment like? What's the ballpark like?
So I haven't played at this one yet. I've heard the park's unbelievable, and I've heard they draw pretty good crowds. I wouldn't be shocked at all if we don't see a major league team here in the next 10 to 15 years. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I know there's teams that are trying to, guys are trying to buy the White Sox and things like that. I wouldn't be shocked personally if they buy the White Sox and move them down here to Nashville. Obviously a lot smarter businessmen than me, make those decisions. But, I think if you can get out of that, get out of there and move down to Nashville, that could be awesome.
Aren't the White Sox one of the original MLB teams?
They are.
I know they suck, but it'd be kind of a shame if they lost their team.
Well, I think you just got to kind of look at from a business perspective, because owners are businessmen. They're not really worried about,
their owner's
the history of
Reinsdorf,
baseball.
so
that's why we're probably going to be locked out in 27, because they're businessmen and not really worried about, the sport. But that's another time for another day.
Yes.
So I mean, they're worried about going somewhere where they're going to get, a ton of fans and the attendance is going to be up and, things like that. I mean, it's why the Rays have been trying to move for years.
Mm-hmm. What's the longest road trip for the Iowa Cubs?
We played teams in Rochester and Syracuse. We go to Vegas later this year.
Hey.
So there you go. Justin, DJ, y'all gonna do a live show in Vegas.
I've never been to Vegas, so I'm down, man.
Crazy to me.
Are they the Area 51s?
No, they used to be.
Okay.
It's the Aviators now.
Is it 175 degrees at the ballpark there?
Oh my gosh, it's got to be. It's got to be unbelievable.
Yeah. If I can get in a suite, I would come and watch, but I don't think I want to sit in the stands and watch that game. Also, when I get back from Omaha, I'm not leaving town again, ever. So I'm tired.
You don't have another vacation planned in the next week and a half? You'll be out of town on?
Okay, technically I do have to go a week from this weekend. I have to go to Oregon for a wedding. My cousin's getting married.
He has to go to Oregon. Wow, what a...
Well, it's my first cousin's getting married, and it's a very small wedding, and I got invited. I got to go. What do you want from me?
How often
but you say it like it's a horrible thing.
How
it's
often do you talk to this cousin?
I mean, you not have family at this point.
What's that?
I mean, you have family all over the place.
Yeah, it seems like they live on every state almost.
Yeah. Here's the weird thing. She's from California. She lives in Hawaii. They're getting married in Washington State, just across the border from Portland. So,
wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I just go where I'm told, man. What do you want from me?
Hey, when Justin starts traveling to go to one of his fifth cousin's fifth grade graduation, then we got to start worrying.
Here's the problem. Here's my problem. I'm 51. I'm the oldest boy cousin in the entire family. My sister's the only one that's a cousin that's older than me by a couple years. And we've got a ton of cousins. So it's about that time, right? Like my little brother's living with a chick. I mean, he's going to probably get married in the next couple of years or next year. All my cousins are, in serious relationships. So, I mean, it's about that time. You know what I mean?
Off the top of your head.
All 25 of his cousins are going to get married in the next 2 years.
It's a lot of vacay.
Off the top of your head, what's the oldest cousin you have and the youngest cousin you have? It seems like there's a wide range here.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, the next oldest is just a few years younger than me.
Okay.
I got a cousin who's a dude out in California.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest boy. My sister's the oldest cousin.
What would be the head count on a family reunion for you?
We did it once. We all went to Hawaii in 2001. My grandmother, before she passed away, paid for it.
Wow.
She paid for everything but our food.
Flights?
Car rental, flights, hotels, everything.
What'd she get?
She had a
What'd she do?
really nice pension, and her dad worked on the railroad. He had a really nice pension.
Okay.
So her financial advisor told her she needed to burn through some money.
Okay.
From a tax standpoint, we were like, absolutely, you should.
Yeah.
And so it was really great, though. I mean, we all got to go. I mean, it's like basically it was like an inheritance thing.
Yeah.
But we got it while she was alive, and she got to go with us, and we went to Maui and Kauai. It's a great thing if you got the means to do it. I couldn't afford it. I mean, I was broke.
So
but
how
it was
many?
Fun. There's 25 of us, I think.
You said that was in 2001?
Yeah.
Dang,
There's
it's
more now.
probably,
Multiply by
yeah.
two.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. All
Hey,
right, last thing.
I'll tell you what,
Go
though, in a couple weeks, I'll be home for the All-Star break. We can do this in person.
Ooh,
Oh,
I love
nice.
it.
Let's do it.
That's good. I hope I'm not on vacation. Hey,
Yeah, I'm sure you will be. You'll be somewhere.
last thing here. Quickly, your thoughts on OKC last night and Halliburton's injury and the impact there.
Yeah, good performance from OKC. You obviously hope Halliburton can go because if he's out in any way, I think that's going to be a wrap. It almost to me kind of seems like Indy might be running low on fumes. Might be running a little out of gas. Just these last couple games. Obviously had a huge shot to go up 3-1 at home. I think them not doing that was tough because then you give home field back to OKC, and obviously you can't afford to lose Halliburton for the next game. But yeah, it's gonna be tough for Indy, but they've done a lot of things in the postseason that have been tough and come out on the other side. So a team you definitely can't count out.
I think they're being forced to play a way that they don't usually play. Like they're guarding 94 feet, and that just takes a toll on you after a while. And like Andrew Nembhard, who's usually one of their better offensive players, is doing absolutely nothing because he's having to guard SGA every single possession, which is tough to do. So I think that they are kind of running on fumes, more so than the Thunder.
Yep.
Jordan, appreciate
I would
you.
agree.
Thanks to Crane Buick GMC up in Conway, and we will catch up next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Great
See ya.
stuff as always. It's always, what a great opportunity to get a perspective from a pitcher like Jordan about what's going on with Gage Wood and what we saw yesterday. Very, very cool stuff. So, got to hit a break. We are at DJ's Dugout again. Thanks to Bet Saracen and Whataburger, Edwards Food Giant for sponsoring our coverage here in Omaha. We'll be back in a second. We'll wrap up our first hour after this.
When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryant, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
With hundreds of vehicles in stock across 6 brands, your next ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group. We know that the road ahead is important. Whether it's your daily drive or your next big adventure, the right vehicle makes all the difference. From the reliability of a Toyota to the strength of a Ram truck, we offer vehicles built to last with options for every lifestyle. State-of-the-art technology, unbeatable performance, and the comfort you deserve. It's all waiting for you at Red River. Visit us online at redriverauto.com.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Natural State Wholesale in Cabot has all kinds of flooring, tile, vinyl, hardwood, waterproof wood, and laminate. Their price will not be beat. Create a beautiful new bathroom with bathtubs, vanities, faucets, fixtures, and toilets. Tile for showers. New specials always coming and going, but always great wholesale pricing. 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot. Go see the Flooring King Don Grisham himself. They're now open on Saturdays, 8 to noon.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Millar golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
It's your Razor Hog update on Out of Bounds, brought to you by Standing Firm Farms in Greenbrier.
For high-quality Angus beef that's USDA inspected, antibiotic, and hormone-free, StandingFirmFarms.com is now taking orders.
You're listening to The Zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams. You like what you hear? Well, check out our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
Coming up, we've got the Red White Report, top of the hour, as we continue on here from Omaha. LSU handling business, which, if you're looking for tickets for the night game tonight, better for Arkansas fans, because LSU fans would certainly pack in tonight in an elimination scenario, more so than the UCLA fans were. Well, there's certainly some Bruins fans here we've seen, but a lot more LSU folks here, not surprisingly. In the Red White Report, again, brought to you by Ortho Now from our friends at UAMS Health and the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. And they are a walk-in clinic available to you 8 to 8, Monday through Friday, Saturday 8 until noon. And they are conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you want to call ahead for more information, 501-686-TOSH, 501-686-8674. Any kind of injury, joint pain, ankle, back pain, Ortho Now provides the best in orthopedic care for all ages, and you will get on-site x-rays, immediate access to fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. Bottom line, you're going to get the best care when you need it the most. Don't live in pain. Don't wonder what's going on. Go in there and get yourself checked out. It's a walk-in clinic, and it's easy peasy. It is Ortho Now, thanks to our friends at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. All right, the bottom of the sixth, LSU up 7-3 here in Omaha. We've got a number of folks in red and white who have come into DJ's dugout, and they are not very rowdy just yet. The majority of the folks in red and white are Louisville fans, though, it appears. Got a few Razorback fans who are hanging out, but most of the folks getting ready for that Louisville and Oregon State game, which is coming up at 1 o'clock today, and can't think of a better place to pregame than right here at DJ's dugout.
I'm not trying to speak it into existence or anything, but if Arkansas gets delayed tomorrow, they're probably going to play at 10 a.m., right?
Yep. I know you'd hate that.
Yeah, that would suck.
Mm-hmm. It's not the best thing for them, I don't think, competitively, but it certainly would make things real easy for us.
You have to play 2 games in one day. It's not ideal.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Taco salad time, boys. Taco salad time. Yeah, let's go. Can you see this? You want to see my taco salad?
Show the taco salad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that a tortilla bowl?
Oh, buddy, you know it.
Hey, you got my girl, Miss Donna, there. She's watching you right now.
I know.
Dugout.
Mm-hmm. I see her.
From afar? With binoculars or what?
No, she's right over there.
She's sitting right in front of me.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
Some D3 Auto Sales text line. I'm sure we got a bunch. I just haven't had a chance to get to it. Let's see here. I don't know what that means. Gage is going to be on McAfee at 11:30. Let's go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's already done one national show this morning, I saw.
You said he did GMA?
No, he wasn't on GMA, but they mentioned him off the top. Here comes the negative DJ. Got enough hits to win. That's all that matters. Yeah, DJ, stick that in your pipe.
Oh, who was that, Ethan?
Yeah. I saw on Instagram. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. You have 2 haters now. I saw on Instagram Van Horn gave Gage's dad the page out of the scorebook, too. Thought that was a classy move. That is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
frame that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. What else we get? I guess that's about it. Come on with it. 501-661-1037. How you feeling, Razorback fans? How you feeling, people? Let's hear from you. D3 Auto Sales text line, 501-661-1037. Hit us up on our live fan feedback, too, through our Listen Live button. It's brought to you by Whit Davis Lumber Plus. We're back at DJ's Dugout after this.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring. Are you needing new flooring or a custom shower today, but need time to pay for it? Come see my friends at River City Flooring in Maumelle and get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring or bathroom remodel. They carry the largest selection of waterproof flooring, carpet, tile, hardwood, and granite countertops. Come in for the huge spring sale. Get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring, 0% financing. Sale ends soon, so don't wait.
Lunch at Brewski's isn't just a meal, it's a midday celebration. Brewski's opens every day at 11 a.m. with wings, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and their world-famous chimney cheesesteak wrap, because sad desk lunches are illegal in 17 states. Oh, and happy hour drink specials start at 11 too. Want a cold beer with your loaded fries? They won't tell your boss unless they're here too. 2 locations, downtown and North Little Rock. Lunch served at 11 a.m., 7 days a week. Catch the buzz on all our social media platforms, presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. They're your pool and spa chemical headquarters. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
World champion of what?
103.7 The Buzz, your world champions of sports radio.
Don't get me wrong.
KABZ Little Rock.
State police are taking more action to protect children from online sextortion. According to the ASP, there were 169 reports of sextortion in 2024. There have already been 170 so far this year. June is Safer Internet Month, so ASP's Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force is urging parents to update their child's online safety strategies. Saline County Sheriff's deputies got a call about a shooting at a home on Terrace Drive Sunday night. They say 33-year-old Raul Mayorena shot and killed a man there, stole his car, and then drove off. Little Rock police tell us they eventually stopped the car and tried to pull it over, but say Mayorena led them on a chase until he crashed. At that point, he was arrested and taken to the Saline County Jail, where he's now being held for first-degree murder. This is Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We got a 20% chance of a stray shower in the forecast for this Tuesday, highs in the lower 90s. With partly cloudy conditions tonight, lows in the mid-70s. We'll stay partly sunny Wednesday, but rain chances increasing towards the late afternoon and evening, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
For over 20 years, the hottest night spot in Little Rock has been Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar in the River Market. Open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with cold drinks and a world-class dueling piano show. Deep Ultra Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays, and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights for a fun dance club option on the weekend. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com to make a reservation and learn more.
Willie D's dueling pianos. Come and get your Willie on.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
The games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer, and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages, from melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro, game on.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Most Americans only knew Dr. Alvin Poissant as a consultant on The Cosby Show, but he was a lot more than that, including a psychiatrist, professor, and dean at Harvard Medical School. Upon his death at age 90, the story was recounted of his participation in the 1965 Selma to Montgomery Civil Rights March. He offered medical help to those participating, even as police officers called him boy and threatened to arrest him when he insisted on being called doctor. No, Dr. Alvin, you certainly earned it. When you walk into a Doublebee's, you're always going to be greeted with a warm, hearty, welcome to Doublebee's. And then you can grab a corn dog, a breakfast sandwich, or 2 pieces of catfish at 7:55 a.m. like I had the other day, with hot sauce. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Are you dreaming of excitement and adventure? Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo of Russellville is the place to be. From the cost-effective and customizable Sea-Doo Switch pontoon boat to a one-of-a-kind Can-Am Spider, Hubbard Power Sports has what you're looking for. Looking for a Sea-Doo personal watercraft? Don't worry, we've got you covered there too. From a Can-Am Defender farm rig to the all-new 240-horsepower Can-Am Maverick R, we've got it all. With a large selection of Can-Am four-wheelers and side-by-side
2025 models in stock now. Stop by and see us in Russellville. Visit us at HubbardPowersports.com.
It's summertime, y'all, which means it's the best time of the year to be outdoors. For me, every day, that 10:30 a.m. run that I take on the Arkansas River Trail, that's what it's all about. Get done producing morning mayhem at 10, get home, hit the trail. It's great to be outside. It's great to be active. What can put a halt to your summer fun? It's joint pain. Hey, everybody, it's Josh Neighbors for QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics has helped tens of thousands of people achieve lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. Regenerative medicine used to be seen as an alternative, but now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics, they are the nation's leader. They have potent and powerful cellular level treatments that help revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain, they're going right after it. So say goodbye to that chronic pain that's keeping you from enjoying the summer sun and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spraying. Or stop by 65th and University.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Mike, he doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic.
Coverage of the College World Series is brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant.
And everybody is standing at Charles Schwab Field. One strike from history. One ball, two strikes. Wood deals. Swung on and missed. It's a no-hitter. Helfrich grabs Wood. His teammates surround him. Everybody storming out of the bullpen. The third no-hitter in College World Series history is pitched by Arkansas's Gage Wood.
Yeah, I mean, having him save our bullpen was great. If we get down today, you might have to go with the guy that's going to be starting tomorrow. And now we can sit on it tonight and make a decision tomorrow on who we're going to pitch, see who wins tonight, and go from there. But, it's, I just tell our guys, only thing we have is tomorrow, and that's what we did at practice yesterday. We just kind of got them out there early. We got up early and went out there and stretched casually, did what we needed to do, kind of move on, talk about today, and not really worrying about the next day because we had to take care of today. So same for tonight. Relax, get ready for tomorrow.
All right, that was Dave Van Horn after the win yesterday. Arkansas able to save its bullpen because Gage Wood made history yesterday and threw a no-hitter for Arkansas. LSU's beating up on UCLA right now, 7-3, and they've got 2 on with 2 outs. And if this continues, not only is Arkansas going to play UCLA, but they're going to play a UCLA team that's got a depleted bullpen. They're on their 4th or 5th pitcher, I think, in this game already. So Arkansas is going to be in pretty good shape, I think, tonight as far as that goes. And if you read between the lines there from Dave Van Horn, sounded to me like Jimenez was the next guy up, and he might likely be your starter tonight. But Dave would not give us the answer yesterday when we asked him. But in talking to Phil Wilson, we think it's either him or Beitelshees, and we would probably see both of them tonight. It's too much to ask that another guy's going to go with a complete game. All right, let's hit the Red White Report real quick. It's all about baseball.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
Again, Arkansas wins 3-0 yesterday. 10 hits, 9 stranded. Need the bats to get going a little bit more, as our astute baseball analyst DJ Williams pointed out earlier.
Locked in.
And we'd like to have another pitching performance that comes anywhere close to what we saw. UCLA is a pretty dangerous offensive team if those two end up matching up tonight, so Arkansas will have to be on point and try to score some runs, because I imagine UCLA is not going to be shut out tonight at Charles Schwab Field. Now, that's all assuming that there is a game tonight. We do not know that for sure because of the weather situation. This afternoon, Louisville and Oregon State looks like they're going to be in good shape as far as getting the game in, but the 6 o'clock game is very much up for grabs as far as what the weather might do. And Arkansas might be in the same position as we mentioned earlier with LSU and UCLA and be playing at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So, again, don't want to get ahead of ourselves, and we'll see what shakes out. And it's only a 30 or 40% chance, so hopefully it doesn't come to fruition. The worst thing would be if you get, like last night, 3-4 innings in, and then you burn a starter, and then, you got to pitch somebody else to start tomorrow. But, again, if you're going to go with Jimenez and Bottle Cheese and you got your whole bullpen, it's probably not the end of the world for Arkansas. It wouldn't be very good for UCLA. But, anyway, that's that. That's your Red-White report. And, again, that game, 5:30 pregame on the Buzz, assuming the weather cooperates. Let's get Jamie from Atkins in real quick, and then we'll get Pat Bradley on a chat about some hoops. What's up, Jamie?
Hey, guys. Just so proud of Gage. And I want to tell you the difference in, and you guys kind of covered this a little bit, the difference in him and Root's performance is he went out there on the mound with confidence that his stuff was better than theirs. And he quit. There was no nibbling going on. And that's how Root got in trouble. He had a guy down 0-2 and he starts nibbling. Well, that's not trusting your stuff, And I love a pitcher that just goes out there with confidence in their stuff and says, here it is, either hit it or go take a seat. And I love seeing that. But I'm gonna play DJ here. I hardly ever take sides with DJ here.
Thank you.
But I want to talk about that.
Appreciate that. That means a lot.
Hey, I'm trying to. My buddy Ethan, is always dogging you, so. But I'm gonna be on DJ's side here for a second. All right. You guys covered a little bit of what I was actually on hold when you were talking to. Can't remember the guy's name.
Jordan Wicks.
Yeah, and we're talking about the plate approach. Okay, I was on Wes's show the other day, and I said 2 things need to happen for us to win in Omaha. We got to change our plate approach and no walks. And then we know what happened the first game. We had the walks. But anyway, guys, when you face a pitcher like we faced yesterday, what was his fastball? 80. It was consistently 88, 89, maybe 90. He's
not overpowering. Safe to say.
Not overpowering at all. When his dominant pitch and the pitch he threw more, if you go back and look how many pitches he threw and what they were, he threw a slider 60 to 65% of the time. And I've played some ball. I played some college ball. There are some pitchers, when you go to the plate, especially our right-handers from yesterday, you go to the plate, you sit on the slider. You change your approach. You no longer go to the plate and say, I'm looking fastball, adjusting on the slider. You change your approach. You look slider, you sit on the slider. And we have too many guys that are continually trying to pull a slider. Both, Aloy, what's the younger brother?
You're talking about Kuhia, yeah. Yeah, he's pulling off it. I see what you're saying.
I hate to say this, but I'm almost thinking we may need to put bowls in. Kuhia has just looked lost. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
If I was a pitcher, I wouldn't throw him anything but a slider.
Yeah.
And it all starts with going opposite field, let the ball get deep in the zone, hitting the ball to the opposite side of the field. He's not going to throw a fastball by you. So let the ball get deep in the zone, recognize the pitch. If it starts on the outside part of the plate, if you're setting slider, you're not swinging at that pitch because you know it's going to be outside. It's a plate approach, and I don't know why they have not been. It seems like they should have been working on that before they went to Omaha, and they hadn't worked on it. They haven't changed it. So, you know, and you know this even in a golf swing. Your front shoulder is everything. And it's very much so in a baseball swing. When your front shoulder flies out to the left as a right-handed hitter, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. There's nothing you can do with that pitch.
Yeah.
Besides hit it off the end of the bat.
You know, Jamie, I don't know
Your
if this is
shoulder
applicable
goes-
to the
shoulder
guys in
goes to
Omaha,
the
but I
ball.
think he just fixed me up in golf, so that's good news.
Yeah. Hey, shoulder goes to the ball. Shoulder to the ball. And you'll always stay on the ball. We've got
Jamie?
too many guys pulling their neck. I mean, my gosh, a lot of them need to go to the chiropractor today to fix their neck.
Okay, Jamie, I think you got it all out, buddy.
I just get tired of seeing it. I
got you. I love you. We hit the 4-minute mark. We got a sponsored segment coming up. I appreciate you,
All
buddy.
right,
Thank
guys.
you for the call. All right,
Thanks,
let's go.
Jamie.
Pat
Hey.
Bradley's on the line. Let's go.
The all-time leader in three-pointers made in Arkansas. He's played professionally in Denmark and France. He was once a co-host of The Zone, but now he's big time with the SEC Network. He's wicked smart at basketball. He's Pat Bradley.
Bradley off the screen for three. Is he going to miss? He's been terrific in this first half.
The Shooter is brought to you by River City Flooring. Whether it's tile, vinyl, laminate, hardwood, or carpet, River City Flooring has a wide range of options and exactly the right price for you. For more info, go to rivercityflooringinc.com.
When Pat and I worked together, as we welcome in the Shooter on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, he used to wonder aloud whether I had gills, because I would sometimes go on long-winded rants like that and just not let up and not let anybody else get a word in edgewise. PB, Jamie, very passionate about the Razorback offensive approach. I thought he gave some great tidbits, but here's my thing. If you hit the 4-minute mark, we're going to have to move on, especially if someone's waiting on the hotline. So thank you for your patience.
It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure. How's Omaha?
Do you feel enlightened?
Oh, always. I mean, I'm definitely smarter now than I was 4 minutes ago.
No doubt. Well, no, it's been great, Pat. It has been a really good crowd of Razorback fans. There's too many LSU fans here, but that's what happens, I guess. And they are certainly in good shape right now, beating UCLA 7-3. Case and Evans, their freshman, has been fantastic so far today, but UCLA does have one on here in the top of the seventh. They're running out of innings, though, and I don't imagine they're going to find a way here, so we'll see what shakes out. But Arkansas.
Did you hang out with your boys? Did you hang out with your boys' teams at Rocco's place, whatever they call it?
I didn't go down there. It's jumped the shark for me. I'm sort of over it. You know what I mean?
Oh, believe me, buddy. I know what you mean. So what time is the potential first pitch tonight? Are you going to stick with 7 or 6?
They're supposed to be at 6 tonight.
Central.
If the weather's not an issue. Yeah, 6 o'clock Central. So.
Well, that's good. Nice flip. I'm sure the boys are excited about that. Get it over with tonight.
I'm assuming you've not spent any time in Omaha, Patrick.
No, although it's on my list. Steak in Omaha. I mean, come on, right? Isn't that aren't they known for the beef?
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I would come to Omaha if it wasn't the World Series, but it sure is fun for the World Series.
They get a downtown there and everything. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
setup.
don't
They have a pretty good zoo.
They have a great zoo. Yeah. The Henry Dorley Zoo. I've been going there since I was a wee lad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Last night, Patrick, we didn't really delve into it too deep. We talked a little bit about it with Jordan Wicks, who is sort of an all-encompassing sports analyst. But thoughts on OKC, and it looks like Indiana is finally in some deep doo-doo.
Yeah, I thought Siakam was going to be able to carry them. He played well, but OKC, if it's not just Alexander, it's Jalen Williams. They've just got really good balance and weapons, and I was reading through the NBA mock draft. It looks like they're going to have, what do they got, the 15th pick in the draft?
Yeah, 15th and 24th, I believe. They're going to try to trade up.
It's silly. It's silly. They've done such a good job there, and they've been close so many times, so it's good to see. They embrace that franchise so well, Oklahoma City, and they really have. So it's good to see them be rewarded. And there's we got some good connections, obviously, some Razorbacks. The coach is a Massachusetts guy, the GM's a Massachusetts guy. So a lot of reasons to pull for OKC, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And if you're going to pick one, I mean, it's good. You're going to, I don't know, in this day and age where things are changing in the NBA with the salary cap, you hope that they can keep their key guys, and they seem to always regenerate some young talent too. So, we'll see how that works out.
Yes, absolutely. Trying to think what else is happening. Did you watch the U.S. Open, Pat? And would you like a crack at Oakmont?
Oh, that was just incredible. So I had to take a deep dive into that. Like, what exactly makes it so difficult? And I came away with the fact that mentally it is just as grueling and grinding as it is physically, and trying to keep it straight in the fairway, which is almost impossible, trying to land on the green, almost impossible. I give that kid Spawn a lot of credit early on. Remember, he hits the flag stick and the thing backpedals all the way off the green. He's able to, keep his mental focus, almost like Gage Wood, during that his great game. I mean, think about, hit the kid in the foot, doesn't let that rattle him, right? Because I think his mental toughness, first of all, he's throwing 90-plus in the ninth inning. But, one time that one of the batters steps out of the box and trying to play a little mind games with him, he doesn't get rattled. He stays focused. Obviously, the kid hits another kid, but they take that back. So, the mental part of that, mental strength, I give Spawn and Gage Wood is just as much credit as being able to be physically strong enough to go a whole 9 innings or to go a whole 4 days at Oakmont. I mean, that, to me, is just about as impressive as physically being able to do it.
Yeah. I was reading, I didn't get to watch as much of it as I wanted to because we were busy with baseball stuff, but I was reading a little bit more about the victory, and this dude that won hit, a 40-footer for birdie, which kind of invigorated his round. He had a 20-plus footer. I mean, the guy made bomb putts, and then, of course, he hits the longest putt of the week on the last hole. It's incredible what he was able to do here. I found the story here. He hit a 40-footer on par 5, 12 for birdie, 22-foot birdie on number 14. I mean, it's your week, bro. And then you made a 65-footer to win the thing. I mean, it's just insane. Well,
yeah, and to contrast that against, like, Scheffler, who's trying to come back, and he's burning the edges on, 6-7 footers, and just couldn't, we've all had, not to compare us to the great PGA Tour, but I think we can all relate to when you have one of those scoring days.
Yeah.
You're throwing up some 10-footers or a wild 20-foot putt that, in the other days, you can't make a 4-footer. So, that's what, what I watched last night? Bryson DeChambeau does his break 50. I don't know if you guys ever saw his
I've seen it.
Channel. I watched the one with John Daly, and it is, as you can imagine, extremely entertaining. And they talked about how, specifically those days where you're burning the edges versus just dialed in on the greens. And both John and Bryson said, yes, they talk about our ability to hit the ball long, but when you're winning majors, it's your short game and putt.
Yeah.
I think that takes you through.
I think for JD, it's the difference between a fifth of vodka and 2/5 of vodka the night before. So, but,
he's hilarious.
He's not shy.
He's so funny.
He's not shy.
So funny.
Pat Bradley joining us on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, brought to you by RiverCityFlooringInc.com. Our friends at River City Flooring take care of all your flooring needs. Please ask Pat about shooting 24 threes against North Texas. They mentioned it on the morning show. We've been addressing the greatest sports feats in Razorback history after the Gage Wood performance, Pat. I got to put that one up there. You must have had to ice your arm after that game.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, Coach Richardson got ejected right before halftime.
Oh.
So, poor Coach Anderson, and the thing was, really North Texas, they played a tight 2-3 zone the entire game. The result, that was the most threes I ever made and the most threes I've ever missed. So it was a record-setting night on both ends.
Yeah. Easy come, easy go.
Easy come, easy go. But, yeah, that's we look at – yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, how many made threes did you have?
I think there was 10 that game.
Wow.
I missed 14.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I missed 14. That's not so awesome.
I mean, that's
still pretty
that's
good
over
percentage.
40%, right?
Yeah, it's good.
We shot
funny.
a lot of threes. I was looking at the numbers, and I think the highest we had was like 38, 39% of our shots from the three-point line. I don't know if that was 98 or 99.
Before your time a little bit.
You can go,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays you have more teams. At that time, just wasn't as many teams shooting it that much. There were teams that shot a bunch of it like we did. It's just there are more teams now that shoot more percentage of their shots. So, but that was on the high end of college basketball back then.
I've never got to see you play live, Pat Bradley, of course, because I was too young. But
and meanwhile, I
you
was
don't remember
covering
when
him.
I shot against Justin Moore in the back?
I did get to see that. That is true. I forgot about that.
That was quite an exhibition, Pat. I was impressed, actually.
But I've seen highlights and such. Who would you compare your game to? Were you like a Duncan Robinson back then?
Probably more of, I started to, a couple of years I started to handle the ball a lot more, but when you're playing with, I had a great point guard. So it's tough to say, like, like John Paxson, you just sort of playing off of, or like a Steve Kerr, you're playing off of another guy who's extremely ball dominant. Now, Kareem Reed and Michael Jordan, obviously, very different. But the similarity was Kareem was, he would attack the paint looking to draw defenders and kick, whereas Jordan obviously was attacking to try to score. And if all five guys were on him, he was forced to pass. And that's where those other guys stepped in. But, it's the only reason I say like those comparisons was I stuck to what it was my strength was. Didn't try to go outside of that, which I think for any athlete, you guys know, if you can identify your weaknesses, stay away from them, and play to your strengths, you figured out more than half of that. All right, DJ, you know what you could get away with, what you couldn't, stay away from what you can't.
100%.
And then there are
That's
people
why
like me.
I changed my golf game, boys. I changed my golf game.
You playing left-handed now?
Club.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
That's an option.
exactly.
All right, PB, we got to go. I appreciate you coming on, and hopefully we will be celebrating a national championship when we talk to you next week.
All right, buddy. Tell everyone down there I said hello.
All right, sounds good, man. See you later. Pat Bradley, thanks to River City Flooring. Appreciate them. Jared Jones is up, guys. He had a home run in the early part of this game. It was yesterday, but it was still part of this game. He went 0 for 5 against Arkansas with 5 strikeouts.
Thought you said Jerry Jones at first. I was like, what's he doing over there?
No, they call it the Platinum Sombrero. 5 Ks in one game. That is remarkable. I don't know that I've never seen a guy do it. It's not more impressive than the no-hitter, but it's up there.
I wonder what the most strikeouts in it, like, by a single person is. Is it 5?
It's got to be close. I mean, I can't imagine a guy. I guess a guy could go up there and strike out 6 times. I could say what the record is for the World Series.
Okay.
I bet that's a record. Now, they've got all kinds of stuff. And by the way, I found this morning. I was digging through all the numbers. Ben McDonald, the guy who does the broadcasts, former LSU pitcher, he does a great job. And he played in the pros. He didn't care about this, but he's got the most earned runs allowed in a World Series game with 11. He and a guy named Patrick Hicklin, who pitched at Tennessee back in 2001. But Ben McDonald gave up 11 earned runs to Texas in 1989. But I will find the number, Christian.
Oh, I found it.
For most strikeouts in a World Series game?
Oh, no. Not that. I'm just talking about baseball in general.
What's that?
So in Major League Baseball, 8 players are tied for the most strikeouts in a game with 6. Jeff Jenkins in 2004, Alex Gonzalez in 98, and Sam Horn in 91. But I don't know why it doesn't list the other 5 players.
Most players used by both teams. I'm not seeing most strikeouts in a single game, but I'm guessing 5 has got to be right there. I'll see if I can dig it up.
The rest of your team's got to be hitting for you to get to the plate and strike out, 6 or 7 times.
Impressive performance, certainly, without a doubt, by Gage Wood yesterday. Dave Van Horn on the other side, and we may hear a little bit from Matt Hobbs, too, talking about the performance. Dave talking about pitching, and he's praising Matt Hobbs, too. And then we've got Charles Davalon talking about the batting yesterday because, again, Arkansas scraped out just enough to win. And he talked about the difficulties of facing Silva and their reliever as well. LSU 7, UCLA 3. No outs, 1 on in the inning. And UCLA's in big trouble. Or they're going back to the pen.
Which inning?
They're going to throw everybody. It's in the 7th, bottom of the 7th. Yeah.
Seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, I think Arkansas is going to face a whole bunch of tired dudes tonight if they play, and if not, tomorrow morning. So it's all good. It's 11:30. You're in the zone. We're live at DJ's Dugout. Again, thanks to Bet Saracen and Whataburger, as well as our friends at Edwards Food Giant, the meat people.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during the Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
This is SportsCenter.
Arkansas took down Murray State in Omaha 3-0 yesterday behind a pitching masterpiece from Gage Wood. He threw a complete game no-hitter, just the 3rd in the history of the College World Series, the last one being in 1960. He had a perfect game going until the 8th inning when he plunked a batter. That was his only blemish on the day. He struck out 19 racers on the way to the complete game. It was the best outing by a Razorback pitcher in school history. Arkansas will play again tonight at 6. Their opponent is not yet known as the late game between LSU and UCLA in the College World Series was postponed last night due to weather. The loser of that matchup will face Arkansas tonight unless there's further weather delays. Stay tuned to The Buzz for updates from Omaha thanks to Whataburger, Edwards Food Giant, and Bet Saracen. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
If athletes coast to coast can have a coach to help them become winners, why can't you, a radio listener, have a radio coach? I, Craig O'Neill, now volunteer for that position with this idea. Join the Little Rock Racket Club. 30% off the joining fee, and you get all these swimming pools, all these different ways to stay in shape. So much fun during the summer and beyond. Your Little Rock Racket Club. Join now. And if you don't, I'm going to make you run laps and do push-ups.
Forest River RV in Sherwood, Arkansas is now open. Come celebrate during our grand opening block party, June 20th through the 22nd. We'll have free food, on-site giveaways, and fun for the whole family. Plus, take advantage of huge grand opening discounts on the top Forest River floor plans. Tour hundreds of new RVs along with a large selection of quality pre-owned RVs. Don't miss the grand opening block party at the all-new Forest River RV dealership in Sherwood, June 20th through the 22nd. Get all the details at ForestRiverLittleRock.com/grand opening.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryan, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
Welcome back in the zone. On the surface, the guys don't seem to have much in common, but there's one experience they all share.
What's more fun, catching a touchdown in the NFL or in college?
I didn't catch one in the NFL.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but like, how about making a big play?
It sure looked fun.
Don't worry about DJ. Justin and Christian have never found an NFL end zone either. Now, let's get back into the show.
Hi, it's 11:33. We're back at DJ's Dugout in Omaha, continuing our coverage of the College World Series. LSU with a stranglehold on UCLA in the 7th inning, and LSU up to bat with 1 on and no out. So Looks good for the Tigers, which is bad for everybody else.
Who's outside of I guess LSU's ace and what we saw yesterday with Gage Wood? What were some other very impressive things you've watched there that we really haven't talked about? Any players sticking out or?
The kid from Coastal, their stud. There was a write-up on him today in the paper. He's a good story. He's 12-0 on the season. And we all know how good Coastal's pitching staff is, at least those of us who've been following baseball. But this kid's 12-0. He's a freak. So that's impressive that he's kept it going. And then, look, their 25-game win streak is incredible. It's an incredible story.
I wanted to get your opinion on the hit batter call.
Yeah, I didn't think it was the right call.
I didn't either.
For those who missed it, this was after the perfect game had already been lost. This was a ninth-inning play. And I will say this. Helfrich immediately called for a review. The player from Murray State, they said, leaned into the pitch.
To me, it looked like he dropped his elbow to start to swing and then got hit.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a bad overturn, to be honest with you, but I was obviously glad that it happened. And it counted as a strikeout, too, which was cool. So, yeah, I didn't think it was a great call in the replay that I saw.
Certainly don't think he leaned into it.
Some D3 Auto Sales texts. Hey, guys, this is Corey. Have they announced a starting pitcher? I think this will be Cheese's time to shine and not give up home runs. I hope that's true, but I think they're going to start Jimenez. Could you break down the loser bracket on how it works? Thanks. Yes, Arkansas will play the loser of today's game between UCLA and LSU. If Arkansas wins, or whoever does win, will face LSU. This is all assuming UCLA loses this game. You play LSU on what's today? Tuesday. You play them on Wednesday, tomorrow. And then if you beat them, you play them again on Thursday and have to beat them again. If LSU wins, the bracket is finished, and they will move on to the championship series this weekend. There are no games on Friday, assuming there's no weather delays that push games into that day. So
It's double elimination, so teams in the losers bracket have to win every single game, while LSU has to be beaten twice, right?
Correct.
So do or die for Arkansas every game.
Yep, and it's going to be do or die for UCLA pretty soon, too. And it's do or die for Louisville and Oregon State at 1 o'clock today. Imagine how sore Ryder's hand had to be, says this person from the 870, after catching all those fastballs. Yeah, I don't know if that hurts his hand or not, but goodness gracious.
Got some good padding in those catcher's gloves.
Should be, right?
Yeah, I would think he's probably fine. All right, let's hear a little bit more from yesterday's performance. I thought Dave Van Horn was great. He talked about pitching, and he talked about Matt Hobbs. But let's start with Hobbs here on the no-hitter from his guy, Gage Wood, who has been said, I was reading this morning, I think it was McIntyre maybe that said it. No, you know who it was? It was Bybee said that Wood's the hardest worker on the team. But here's Hobbs on the no-hitter.
I think it's just a really great accomplishment for the kid, right? Him and Ryder Helfrich, our catcher, went and did that together. You know, we don't call pitches. We don't do anything, get in their way in the game. Those two guys did that together. Gage Wood deserves all the credit. He's had a bumpy season with some injuries and came back and did that on the biggest stage in college baseball in an elimination game. It says a lot about the kid. I stopped in the 5th inning. I said one thing to him in the 8th inning going into the 9th. I just asked how he was feeling, and I told him to calm down. This will be celebrated a long time from now. This will be one of the best. This is one of the best outings, if not the best outing in college World Series history. So this will be celebrated for a long time by other people. We'll celebrate it a little bit tonight and then get back to work for tomorrow.
I don't know if they're doing that interview in front of a TV that's playing highlights, but it certainly sounded like it.
Does a little bit. Let's get a little bit from Dave Van Horn here. I thought this was really good, and Matt Hobbs is going to be a head coach, whether it's at Arkansas or somewhere else. And he is doing a heck of a job right now with the guys in Fayetteville. And Dave heaped a little praise where it belonged yesterday.
My pitching coach, Matt Hobbs, he's the best. And, his guys that work with him, on analytics and different things, they do a tremendous job. And we work really hard in strength and conditioning, and it's not just all about lifting, it's about conditioning. And there's certain routines that go on, but guys get better. There's a lot of culture in our program about getting better. If you saw our facility where we have everything, our locker room and weight room and nutrition area, everything's just right there. And the guys live there, and we love it. We say it, it's their fraternity, and we're lucky to have that. But there's a lot goes on there. It's it's coaching, but it's also a lot of hard work from these players, obviously. And I say this all the time: they're the ones that they're the ones that win the games. They're the ones that put in all the work. They're the ones that get the credit. But we've got them surrounded pretty good, and there's a lot of good leadership amongst our older kids when the new guys come in. Even these days with the transfer kids coming in, we talk to them a lot of that before they get here, and or before they even make a decision where they're going, what we're going to do. We have a plan for them, and we don't want to show up in August. We want them to be here like now. Move to Fayetteville, get ready to roll, start using our stuff, and here we go. So Gage is you think about what went on. He was throwing great coming out of the chute, and then he tweaked his arm. Second weekend, and didn't pitch for like 2 months or more. We didn't even know if we were going to have him back. And, for him to do what he did today is special, obviously, especially doing it up here.
Good take there, I thought. Very thorough answer from Dave Van Horn. End of 7, we're headed to the 8th, guys. LSU 8, UCLA 3. So I will tell you that Arkansas is playing UCLA tonight.
They better start putting some position players on the mound.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you wonder, is it worth pitching anybody else? So I don't know. It's 11:40. And again, if you want to join us, 501-661-1037. I wish that our guy from earlier would call back now. He could fill 4 minutes for us. That'd be easy. Okay. Don't know what that has to do with anything, but all right. All right. So when is the next basketball game, Christian? When do you guys get a chance to close it? Okay.
Thursday night. If they lose, then it'll force Game 7 on Sunday. So we'll have this wrapped up at the latest, by the time we come back Monday.
Gotcha. All right, let's stay with baseball for a second. We did not put the Davalon clip, too. A lot of people are concerned about the hitting. And I asked Charles. Poor Charles is up there, guys. And there were like seven questions to Helfrich and Wood about the no-hitter. Appropriately so. But Charles is up there, and I felt bad. I was like, hey, Chuck, what's going on with the hitting? So he gave a little bit of love to Silva for his performance.
Yeah, Silva did a great job. He's got a low slot, and the ball runs and sinks a lot. I think we had a good game plan going in. We got runners in scoring position and on base early. I think we were just missing that big hit, but finally we panned through. But no, the two pitcher has really good stuff, and they did a great job of just putting it on the play and making us earn it.
I kept waiting for him to say, we got a couple of hits, eh? You can hear the Canadian in him there. I haven't really heard him talk a lot, but that was really good. He also had the best answer of the day when they were asked about the no-hitter, too. It was hilarious when he was kind of told on the bat boy. If you missed that earlier, we may replay that before the end of the day.
And we got a diverse baseball team.
No doubt. You got
a couple
Hawaiians,
people from Hawaii,
Australian,
Canadian,
yep, no doubt.
What's the turnover on baseball teams? I feel like it's always been big turnover every year. Am I right about that? Even before the portal NIL era?
Even more so now, for sure. But,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You got guys who've been in the program for a couple of years, a few years. So the good news is when you're at Arkansas, there's really no place you can argue that is a better spot to play college baseball. So Arkansas, hopefully, can retain their best talent that isn't going to go pro. And I did see one of their guys transferred down to Little Rock. And, of course, they're getting one from Little Rock, too. So
there's a trade.
I guess they'll pass each other on the way.
This comment on our stream from Brian says, DJ, you look exhausted. Are you
DJ, you're exhausted?
Yes.
Had a late night last night.
Really?
I would have figured most Tuesdays you're probably going to be.
Good for you, big guy.
Yeah. No, we had the day at Oaklawn with Sam Olives.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Butu was great.
How was that?
He's cool. Really like him going down memory lane. We showed a couple clips of him, specifically that play against Alabama that most likely was a late hit, and in today's game probably be ejected and thrown out of the game and suspended for a week. But they let it ride, you know.
Yeah.
And so he just talked about practice, what it was like playing with Coach Reggie Herron. And then we had a good conversation too. I know we're stuck on baseball, but he brought up Jamal Anderson because they had like a blitz thing.
Yeah.
And then that got me thinking. I was just like, okay, so what was it like being a linebacker when your defensive line is Jamal Anderson and Antoine Robinson on the edge? You had Keith Jackson and Big O in the middle. Then you would bring in Fred Bledsoe, Ernest Mitchell, Cord Gray. I mean, you just had a lineup of guys. And it made us I asked him, do you think that's the best defensive line ever at Arkansas? And he says, no doubt. But I would have to do I need Baz to probably chime in on that one, unless you can think of some other ones.
Well, I was just going to say Houston's first year, they had some dudes on defense. Linebackers, defensive line, they had some dudes. So that was a pretty good one, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I would take that right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What's Alajubutu doing now? Because he's from Georgia, right?
So he lives in Little Rock,
okay.
But he makes the commute to Forest City. He is a football coach.
Okay, that's a decent haul a day.
Yeah, decent haul.
Let's get one more thing in here, and then we'll take a break and come back with Eli on the other side. This is Dan Skirka. He's the head coach at Murray State. And, again, always good to get a perspective from the other side about the way things played out. Here's what he saw from his pitchers, who I thought, again, Phil didn't seem to have a lot of regard for him. I thought they did a nice job with what they're capable of doing. Again, didn't walk guys and thought they did a solid job. But he also commented on Gage Wood's performance. And, again, not much you can do in that situation.
Kudos, you can't that can't go unnoticed. Silva, Kellum, did what they did all year and just gave us a chance to win. I mean, if you would have said 3 runs, I would have took it going into today, because our offense all year has scored more than 3 runs. I don't know what the numbers are, but there hadn't been often that we've scored less than 3. But again, Wood, just hearing the guys coming back, it was like somebody said, man, that one had ride, and then the next time they come in, like, that one didn't have ride, it cut, and then he got some guys with his breaking ball, and it was just everything was working for him today, and just kept us off balance, and we couldn't get on the barrel at all. But yes, Silva, Kellum, man, they were as good as they've been for us all year, and they're the reason we got here, and they pitched great. I feel terrible that they didn't get a win.
I thought they did a nice job. And, again, didn't walk guys, and they gave their guys a shot. And like you said, look, if you'd have said you're going to give up 3 runs, you would have taken it for sure. You certainly would not have expected what you got on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, Gage Wood threw the greatest performance in Arkansas Razorback history. If he didn't do that, Murray State would have been right in the game, most likely.
Yes. I was never really worried because they never threatened.
Yeah.
But I kept going.
On a lesser day, they could have got a few hits.
When they don't capitalize on the opportunities, and you're like, man, you got to break through on one of these. They kept putting guys on, and they couldn't get them home, and it's just frustrating. So, anyway. All right, let's hit a break. It's 11:46. We're live here at DJ's Dugout. Looks like LSU may be making a pitching change, or they're going to leave him in. They're going to let the freshmen continue here. So, yeah, they're all smiles and giggles, and they're having a great time. Tigers are. Have fun, boys. Have fun while it lasts. 2 teams are gone. Arizona out, Murray State gone. Who's next? There will be one more elimination by 5 o'clock tonight. Beavers heading back west, or Louisville heading back to the great state of Kentucky, the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Yes. 11:47. We're back in a moment.
You know I gave you the world. You had me in the palm of your hand. So why your love went away?
Jim's Razorback Pizza is the place to visit when craving some delicious, authentic pizza. They're known for amazing thin crust pies and the best Detroit-style deep dish pizza in town. You can also order freshly baked pasta or wings, along with specialty baked sandwiches, fries, and signature salads. If you're looking for a great place to watch the game and the most accommodating service around, they'll save you a seat at Jim's Razorback Pizza in Little Rock and Morgan Maumelle.
50 years of the open road. The motorcycle that launched a feeling is back. Honda of Russellville is celebrating with the 2025 50th anniversary Honda Goldwing, a legend reborn for the next generation of riders, because it's always been about the journey, not just the destination. Ride into the future with a Goldwing or Goldwing Trike in stock now at Honda of Russellville. Find us on Facebook or visit hondaofrussellville.com.
It's summertime, y'all, which means it's the best time of the year to be outdoors. For me, every day, that 10:30 a.m. run that I take on the Arkansas River Trail, that's what it's all about. Get done producing Morning Mayhem at 10, get home, hit the trail. It's great to be outside. It's great to be active. What can put a halt to your summer fun? It's joint pain. Hey, everybody, it's Josh Neighbors for QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics has helped tens of thousands of people Achieve lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. Regenerative medicine used to be seen as an alternative, but now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics, they are the nation's leader. They have potent and powerful cellular-level treatments that help revitalize and restore damaged joint tissue. They're not masking the pain, they're going right after it. So say goodbye to that chronic pain that's keeping you from enjoying the summer sun and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agent Jay Helm, Jeremiah Matthews, or Jeff Hodge in Little Rock today.
You're back in the zone. You want to get into the show but too busy to call? Message us on our live fan feedback or text us on our text line at 501-661-1037.
All right, welcome back. We are in Omaha for the College World Series, and finally LSU makes a pitching change, but the damage is done, and they are in great shape here to advance on to the winner's bracket, give themselves a day off tomorrow, and await the winner of tonight's game. Actually, I guess they're going to play tomorrow. They don't get a day off now because of the rain out. I wasn't thinking. But they're going to play against the winner of UCLA and Arkansas tonight, assuming we get through that game. And if they don't, I imagine it will happen tomorrow. Let's head to the Jim's Razorback Pizza hotline right now and talk to Eli Craner. What's up, my man?
What is up, dudes? We're in full summer mode here at the Craner House, which means just daddy taxi service is running fast and hard.
I like it. Do you assign the kids books to read in the summertime?
Man, I don't. I might have told y'all, my dad did that to me. Like, I really think I had to write like a page, handwritten page, like in a journal. And then I had to read 20 pages like all summer long. My kids are only 5 and 8, so maybe the 8-year-old's getting close, and I don't know if I'll do that or not. But no, we're just running from like swim practice to basketball camp to all the different stuff.
I dig it. Did you have a chance to watch Arkansas yesterday?
I did. And that was Gage Wood laid the wood, man. That was something. The crazy eyes were in full effect. Just seeing those eyes. You remember, what was that picture? The guy had like a big mullet, and he'd do that real hard turn, like where he'd look at the catcher. You remember this guy? You need to get somebody to look this up.
He took a big turn? What are you talking about?
Like, he'd be like looking down, like have his hand in the glove, and then like he'd whip his head like at the catcher. I feel like he was for like the Dodgers or somebody. Kind of a bigger dude, kind of a head.
You talking about Fernando Valenzuela?
No, I don't think that was his name. But I don't know. There was something about the look in Gage Wood's eyes yesterday that brought to mind whoever this guy is thinking about.
I know who you're talking about, and I can remember the eyes now who you're talking about. And yeah, I know
It
exactly
was
what
like
you're
a
saying.
meme. I mean, for a while. I mean, I remember like we had cards back in the baseball cards of this guy. Maybe somebody will text it in or something because I know people know who I'm talking about.
What's going on with your book right now before we get into our selection this week?
Dude, it's like, we're a little over a month out, and I did want to say we've got all sorts of cool stuff coming up. And on August 3rd, if you're around Russellville, that's a Sunday at 5 p.m., we're going to have the whole upstairs, the old bank. I've got my good buddy Michael Carita, a.k.a. Scott Carson, a New York Times bestseller. He's coming in. He's got a book coming out on the same day. He's coming down from Indiana. So we're going to blow it out at the Old Bank, do a little talk, and then sign books. And then we'll be at Little Rock that Tuesday for the actual release. But you can get books forever. So we're just kind of in that, like some reviews are starting to come out, and it's been all good. But yeah, this is always the most nerve-wracking time because you got all these expectations. It's kind of like that. It's like Friday night, Friday afternoon. You get out of school and you've got the game at 7 o'clock, and you just gotta sit around. You go eat the pregame meal and you lay around in the locker room. Like that was always the worst time. That's what this feels like.
I can understand. Eli Craner joining us on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. All right, let's talk about our selection of the week. Well-known author. Not sure if our listeners know this particular offering as well as some others, but let's talk about John Grisham.
John Grisham. So the reason I chose this book is multifaceted, but it was kind of serendipitous because the book I chose is Playing for Pizza. And I was at an estate sale a few weeks ago, and I found a signed copy of this book, Playing for Pizza. And the reason that it works so well as a recommendation is this one is about a washed-up NFL quarterback, Rick Daughtry, who goes and plays in this Italian football league for the Parma Panthers. And this book came out in 2007, which was about 3 years before I went and played over in Sweden. And so I used to and it's really close to life about what that American football in Europe looks like. It's really it's kind of it's a fun novel. It's more about the people than it is the game. And that's kind of what it was like over there, man. I mean, it was really close to like rec league basketball, or like church league softball. Like it's a lot of Europeans who are also lawyers or bouncers or whatever, almost like the Keanu Reeves replacement. Like where they've got a bunch of these guys who've come together and they like to hit each other. And this book, Grisham, he was actually in Italy, I think, for something else, and he stumbled upon American football in Italy, and he was just he didn't even know it existed, and so he started digging, and that's where this book came from.
Gotcha. Well, cool. We'll check it out. Playing for Pizza. I've read a lot of Grisham stuff, but I haven't read this one.
It's fun, man. And it's light. It's easy. And it's very short. It's kind of like Bleachers, almost in that novella, range of short novels.
Gotcha. Well, Eli, I appreciate you, brother. Have a good rest of your week, and we will talk to you next week.
Always, guys. See you.
All right, man. That's Eli Craner. Check out Mississippi Blue 42, available in a month or so, as he said. You can pre-order now on Amazon or wherever else you like to buy your books. Guys, we got a little something brewing here in Omaha.
Uh-oh.
UCLA's got their beer hats on. I don't think they do that out west, but they probably have their Pinot Grigio hats on. But they just hit into a double play to end the threat. Or no, he beat the throw to first. So they plate a run. It's 8-4, and they've still got a couple guys on. Runners on the corners with 2 outs against the LSU reliever. He's a lefty that's come in.
Is this the 8th or 9th?
This is the top of the 8th.
Okay.
So I'm not sure that LSU's done scoring yet either.
It's a wrap.
Home run right here.
Oh, like a little bomb here. Listen, how about we go about 5 extra innings? That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Let's keep running through that UCLA pitching, or LSU pitching for that matter. This guy's name is Blake Balls.
Oh,
he's
what
their
a name.
DH.
Nice.
BLAKE
I want to see a Balls versus Wood matchup at some point in this College World Series.
Let's go.
Oh, my God. Grow up.
It'll be a good one. He's their DH.
You're not going to probably see that unless LSU falls apart here. Because you'd have to play at least 2 more games after tonight to get Wood on the mound again. But I see you working there. Okay, we are up against our top of the hour. Keep you apprised of what's happening here. Again, there's one more game with Oregon State and Louisville. We've got a Louisville contingent here packed into DJs. They're having some fun, getting warmed up for the game. We've got 2 little lonely Razorback fans down here awaiting. I find there's somebody that ate their taco salad even slower than me. It's your buddy DJ, so I'm going to go over and say hi on the break.
Yeah, go say hi.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go. We're up against the top of the hour. Some entertainment, some birthdays. We've got Susan Irwin Prowse coming in the next hour.
I got a story for you, too.
DJ's got a story for me, too. I'll be the judge.
All right.
Sounds good.
With hundreds of vehicles in stock across 6 brands, your next ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group. We know that the road ahead is important. Whether it's your daily drive or your next big adventure, the right vehicle makes all the difference. From the reliability of a Toyota to the strength of a Ram truck, we offer vehicles built to last with options for every lifestyle. State-of-the-art technology, unbeatable performance, and the comfort you deserve. It's all waiting for you at Red River. Visit us online at redriverauto.com.
Through the end of the month, shop the Hustler Turf Power Plus Performance Sales Event and save on select DeWalt products. Save up to $600 on a Hustler Fast Track Series mower or up to $350 with the purchase of a Hustler Raptor Series on select DeWalt products. Both the Fast Track and Raptor mowers boast all the features Hustler is known for, like their trademark smooth track steering, integrated parking brake, and heavy-duty fabricated steel decks and one-piece tubular frames. Stop in today at Cabot Outdoors or CabotOutdoors.com.
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the lyric with Justin Moore, brought to you by Honda of Russellville, where you can check out the new Honda Mud Pro Series ATVs or Goldwing trikes at hondaofrussellville.com.
Don't get sidetracked.
That man is playing Galaga.
We'll keep you on course.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
103.7 The Buzz.
A woman from Mena has been missing since 1989, and 36 years later, her daughter is still on a mission to find her. Susan Lynn Darce Burns was 36 when she disappeared. Her daughter, Tanya Kimsey, never got to know her because she moved away with her dad after she was born. The last time Kimsey heard anything about Burns was when she was 14, but she's still determined to find out what happened. Today, the Arkansas Attorney General's office will host its 14th annual program to raise awareness about the missing and the efforts to find them. It will run from 9 to 3 at the Benton Event Center. One man is facing charges for a deadly shooting in El Dorado. Police say 27-year-old Kawan Love shot and killed 26-year-old Ladrorius Carter in a gas station parking lot. He turned himself in after the shooting. He's now charged with first-degree murder and is being held on $1 million bond. This is Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in to Out of Bounds to hear from Captain Kendall Diggs. Brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Stephen Elmore or give him a call at 501-537-0959.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 20% chance of a stray shower in the forecast for this Tuesday, highs in the lower 90s, with partly cloudy conditions tonight, lows in the mid-70s. A shower or thunderstorm can't be ruled out Wednesday night with lows in the lower 70s, but clearing Thursday, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
The GM Giant Crane Buick GMC in Conway is your #1 source for high-quality Buicks and GMCs. Shop Sierras, Yukons, Enclaves, and more. Nobody beats the GM Giant's huge Crane cash discounts and low price guarantee. Buy with 0 down and get the Crane commitment. If your car doesn't say Crane on it, then you paid too much. Shop the GM Giant Crane Buick GMC on Amity Road in Conway or visit CraneTeamConway.com today. GMC, we are professional grade.
Summer's here. It won't be long before you're planning a road trip. Get to Point S, Arkansas to get your car ready for it. Off-road tires for your pickup, ATV tires for your side-by-side, tires for your car to get your family around safely, Kumo, Toyo, Falcon, Blackhawk, Fortune, and more. And their Promise Plus road hazard protection to give you peace of mind. Stop by any Point S, Arkansas store, Bartlett Tire in Heber Springs, Tire Town in Benton, R&D Tire in Conway, and Fleet Tire in Pottsville or Russellville. Online at pointstire.com.
Allstate makes finding our lowest auto price easier than ever. All you have to do is go to allstate.com and you could get coverage in just a few clicks. Yep, you can find the right protection for you right from your home, or more specifically, your couch. So check allstate.com first and get a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Potential savings and prices vary, including based on how you buy. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning.
Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you text radio to 64,000. That's radio to 64,000.
We're standing along the diving board at the family pool at the Little Rock Racket Club where Jay Harley is about to do a special dive just for all of you radio listeners. Jay, what are you about to do? Just an example of how much fun you and your family are going to have. Not necessarily doing a radio commercial, but loving the summer. Little Rock Racket Club with 30% off the joining fee and more smiles per gallon. Oh, perfect!
The Diamond Hogs have their sights set on Omaha. Hear every game along the way on 103.7 The Buzz. Brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. Timothy Chalamet was sensational in channeling a young Bob Dylan in the film A Complete Unknown. He also willingly played the game in making rounds for his Oscar campaign. He didn't win, but his honesty about wanting to win was refreshing. He said, "I spent 5.5 years of my life on this project. Of course I want to win." Chalamet teaches us an important lesson. Do your very best, whether you win or not, and then your work will speak for itself. How many double B's must a man walk in before they say, "Welcome to Double B's"? The answer, my friend, is taking you to Double B's. The answer is taking you to Double B's. Y'all be cool. See you at Double B's, cats.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Coverage of the College World Series is brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant.
1 out away from something that's much bigger than a win in Omaha. The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood no-hits him, and the Hogs win it 3-0. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas. Here in downtown Omaha, Gage Wood throws a no-hitter and completes the game with 19 strikeouts, his last 5. They're coming out to mob Gage Wood, who pitched the game of his life. All right, that was yesterday, and Arkansas takes the victory 3-0 and advances to take on the winner of, or the loser rather, of UCLA and LSU. And UCLA was just in business, bases loaded, 2 out, down 3, and LSU changes relievers again, and they come in and get the out and escape. And they hold that 3-run lead heading into the 9th inning. So I will go ahead and chalk this one up to the Tigers, I imagine. But Arkansas is going to get a crack at UCLA tonight, weather permitting. So there you go. Final hour's upon us. Looking forward to it. Hope you can stick around and hang out with us. We've got some entertainment and birthdays. Susan Irwin Prowse is coming in. And whatever else you want to get into with us, we'll take your calls at 501-661-1037. Hit us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line. Same number, 501-661-1037. And you can hit us up on our live fan feedback through our Listen Live button. We had a guy call up earlier, was trying to think, I guess it was just Eli, actually. He was talking about the pitcher who was staring down at the catcher. Somebody offered up Al Raboski, and now Curtis says on our Live fan feedback. I think the caller's talking about Randy Johnson. It sounds like Randy Johnson, too.
Yeah, I think so.
Where he gets the glove up by the face and stares over it. Andy Pettit, this person says, is the Yankees pitcher glaring over the glove. Okay, well, Brady says Al Raboski. This person says Randy Johnson.
Multiple pitchers probably did it.
Yeah. This person says, yep, the 98 D line was the best at Arkansas. That's on the D3 Auto Sales text line.
98.
So
Who's on that?
That was Houston's first year. They had, so many. I'm just trying to think of all the guys who were on that team. That was when I first moved here. And so I just remember that defense being just nasty.
Didn't we have Flowers, Dietrich Wise, and Phylon on the same line?
We had, it was Phylon, Trey Flowers, and Martrell Spate. I don't know if Dietrich was on that. Was he?
I think he was.
They played together at least a year.
Yeah, that was a good line.
Yeah.
Martrell was a linebacker. We have a good history of undersized linebackers.
Yeah,
he was a pretty small one, too.
I'd have to look at the 1998 Arkansas football roster.
I'm looking at it right now.
That was right after Beckett, too.
D-line, Melvin Bradley.
Bradley.
That's ring a bell.
Yep.
You had Ryan Hill. You had Carlos Hill. Spelled different.
Oh.
Carlos Hall.
Oh, that's an L? Oh, my gosh. I may need
Carlos
some
Hall
readers.
he was a freak.
Well, I thought that was an I. Chris Brooks, DJ Cooper. Ringing bells.
Randy Garner was a stud at linebacker.
Yeah.
And they had C.J. McClain on that team. He was really productive.
Oh, yeah.
Quentin Caver, DJ, I was in the locker room after a game one time, and not to be all weird about it, but I was like, this dude, I mean, he was just like sculpted from the gods.
Oh,
he just had
I was about to say.
no,
I thought you were about to say, dude's just.
I didn't see his pants off. I saw his shirt off. But he is just, I mean, he
never
was
seen
sculpted.
anything like it.
He was chiseled, dude. I mean, just a freak.
Yeah.
And David Barrett, Kanoy Kennedy, I mean, they had a lot of good defenders. But, yeah, defensive line-wise.
Like Myles Garrett type, just shredded.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Insane.
Okay.
I was like, that guy's
David Basil in this photo behind this picture.
Yeah. I don't know if Baz was strong as an ox. I don't know if he was ever quite that shredded, but you'd have to ask him. I never saw him in his prime.
Yeah.
Because I was in diapers when Baz was playing. So, just kidding. I was just a little bit younger. All right, so bottom of the eighth, LSU trying to add to a 3-run lead, and let's dive in on entertainment.
Wait, hey, before we get to entertainment, I got to tell you my story.
I thought your story was for entertainment.
No.
I mean, it is entertaining.
Okay, let's go. Give it to me.
All right, so I'm just curious about your thought process on this one. So I'm leaving Oaklawn last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on my way out, you know how I said, the zone, we're getting Miss Arkansas's first. We got the stuff going on over there at Oaklawn. As I'm pulling out, I see a big 4th and 5 graphic on the big Jumbotron. I was like, whoa, that looks awesome, So I want to get out, right, and take a picture of it. So I got Ebony kind of waiting for it to cycle back around. And as it's, so I pull off to a side little parking lot, and I get out of the car. I don't park my car, but I put it to, like, the side of the little thing, and we're waiting. And as I'm waiting, like, there's this truck that comes by. And he, like, turns in. I was like, I think my car is not in the way. But then he parks behind my car. I was like, uh-oh, here we go. He's about to tell me to move my car. He rolls down the window. And he says, hey! I said, yes, sir? He says, I'm tired of these liberals telling us what we can't do. I said, okay. He says, you ride that Tesla, brother. You ride it. I said, I didn't know riding a Tesla made me conservative, but I guess since Elon, had the whole movement, I guess now it's a conservative vehicle. I don't know. He was like, it looks pretty wide from back here. I said, yeah, it's bigger than it looks. That's, good trunk space. He's like, let me get out for a second. I was like, oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Right. And so he gets out. He starts walking up to me. All right. And he was like, you know what? I'm tired of it. These liberals, and we gotta take our country back. I said, cool, man. And then he says, you know what? I don't want to get political, but I mean, look at your skin color. And I was like, oh, God. We're about to get out of here.
Did you do it?
And then he points at Ebony.
Did you look at your skin color when he said it?
Well, he points at Ebony, who has a phone and is recording this.
Oh, boy.
Points at Ebony because I'm waiting on my Jumbotron, right? And he points at her and says, and look at her skin color. And then I said, yeah. And he says, we got to get more y'all on our side. I was like, oh, God, we're locked in right now. And he just started talking about food stamps. He started talking about tax breaks. Then he started praising me again for staying strong, driving my Tesla. And
Tell
then
me
he says,
she recorded all this.
Oh, I got it. Do you want to see it?
Oh, I want. Yes, please text it to me. I want to see it.
And then at this point, now she's getting a little uncomfortable. You know, she was like, what's about to happen? So she puts the phone down. But I got all this, right? I'll send it to you. You're going to die. And then he says, you know what? I want to say something, but I don't want to sound racist. And I said, let me stop you right there.
I love this.
I said, typically when someone says that, there's a really good chance what they say next is going to be really racist. And he says, he rubs his beard. He says, hell, I might be racist. Then he just goes on to say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I just need you to stay strong with that Tesla, brother. We got to take back this country from these liberals. And then he drives off, and he parks in the back parking lot. And now I got my eye on him because I don't know what's about to happen. You know what I mean? I'm on alert. And then he rolls down his window, and then he starts talking out of his window to this black guy in the parking lot. I was like, oh, here we go. He's on a roll. Black guy opens the car door. He gets in the car door with this dude, and they dap it up like they're best friend homies, and they drive off together. I mean, one of the most bizarre moments I've ever had in my life, ever.
Strange one.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you I'll send you this video. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Yeah, you can't post it though. I mean, I ain't got time. People track this dude down.
I'm not gonna post it. I just want to watch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Pretty good. I was a little nervous there. You know, after getting a little bit too much confidence, I was like, please don't drop the N word. I just don't have time to entertain this evening. Please don't do it.
No wonder you're tired today.
There is a comment on our stream by a Jack Riley. He says, look behind you. He's there at DJ Dugout.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, boys. How we doing?
Is that the Jack Riley movie?
I don't know. We got some Arkansas fans here, at least, so that's good. We got about 5 of them in here now. It is a Louisville takeover right now, fellas. They're getting ready to go over there and try to stay alive in this College World Series. So.
Oh, Lord.
I can't be doing the rain delay tonight, boys. It's been a long week already. We came here on Friday night, and I can't be up till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning trying to cover a ball game.
Do you think if it gets delayed at like 6, they'd go on at 9 if they had to, or would they just postpone it?
I don't know, man. I ain't trying to be at the ballpark till midnight tonight. Ooh. My old butt needs to go to bed. I'm tired, dude. We stayed out last night watching the NBA game. I'm like, I got to go home, guys. But I had a couple buddies in town that, thank God, left today. And Maddox and I are sitting there going, and Maddox was fine because Maddox was like, I'm going to sleep till 10. I don't care. I was like, dude, I got to get up and get ready for the show tomorrow. So I'm trying to squeeze in a workout. I'm like, I got to be in bed, bro. And at like 11 o'clock, I closed my eyes last night. I was dragging. So, yeah, I can't be goofing around till midnight tonight over there. We got to get this thing together.
I say, have you had time? I know you like to work out when you travel. Have you had time to do all that?
Buddy, I work out every day.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I should take a picture of it, and I will.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. So we're at the Candlewood Suites. It's the Media Hotel. It's in Carter Lake, Iowa, which I've never heard of. It's not even Council Bluffs. It's literally across the border. You can walk across the border in like 2 seconds from our hotel. Candlewood Suites has no pool, but they have something I've never had before. They have free laundry. So if you want to do – they have washers and dryers, and it's free. All you got to do is buy the soap and the whatever else you want to put in your laundry. But it's a bizarre setup. It's in the gym. So you click into the room, and it's the gym. You got like this 1970s Nautilus equipment, a couple of treadmills, some free weights, and then right next door in the same room is 4 washers and 4 dryers. So it is the best-smelling gym you've ever been in. It smells like fabric softener.
Ooh.
So it's so weird. Like, I'm like, this is so pleasant to hang out in here. So, yeah, I've been doing some workouts in there and then getting fresh smells. But Mac's like, Dad, we got to do some laundry.
Yeah,
He's getting low on undies.
I told you your social media influencer avenue is, as much as you travel, rating gyms every time you go to a spot. Where would you rate this one?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I would say it's way too cramped, DJ. It's hard to even move around in there because part of it's a laundry room. I would say it is probably about a 5.
Okay.
But it does have free weights.
Okay.
And it does have a bench. And the equipment's actually not bad. It just needs to be like twice the size so you can move around. Like if you try to get 2 people in there working out at the same time, like it's a whole thing. Like this one guy finished yesterday. He's like, hey, I'm done over here. He's like, if you want to come back in this corner and work out, I'll get out of your way. And I'm like, no, it's cool, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you. So anyway. All right. I see Susan's in the house. Hi, Susan.
There
And,
she is.
Hello.
Good to see you. Let's. I'll tell you what. Let's flip the script. Let's let Susan do her thing out the gate, and then we'll just fill in the gap with whatever else I got here on my entertainment list.
Awesome.
Keys to the Weekend with Susan Irwin Prouse is brought to you by Willie D's. Established in 2003, Willie D's has grown into the premier nightlife venue in the Little Rock River Market. Willie D's. Come and get your Willie on.
You just have TVs at the piano bar, Susan, so I can listen to you sing and watch the Razorbacks play if they're
We
in
have
the
'em-
night game?
Yeah, we have them in at the bar, like in the
Okay.
back. So you could feasibly do that. I'm sure they would put it on, and yeah, come on
That's where
out.
you- well, it's on ESPN the rest of the way, so I would think it would be not a hard get. But
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be hot this week, so
oh, guys, gals, holy cow! Next week, I was looking at if Arkansas makes it all the way through, and believe me, I hope they do. Saturday, 99. Any temperature that's hotter than Gage Wood's fastball, I don't want it.
Wow.
Sunday, 95. And if it goes down to Monday, sunny and 93, just a beautiful, lovely, cool 93 degrees.
Yeah.
If we get to that deciding game on Monday. Dear Lord, I just hope we're still here, hoping that it all works out.
Do you know what time that game Monday is?
That one's a TBA, I believe. I'm sure it'll be an evening game. It may already be set, but I know it's 6 o'clock on Saturday, on Saturday, right? Afternoon game, I think at 1 on Sunday, 1 or 1:30, and then I think an evening game on Monday if it comes down to that.
well, it's supposed to be. So I heard a news anchor say Arkansas. It's the Arkansas, and I will agree with
Yes.
that. That is a fun statement to describe what's going on. Yeah, but well, cool. Yeah, no, since it's going to be hot, I would say go on inside, find a good, cool venue. There's a lot of patios and outdoor events going on, so I'll share that this week. But hitting the top of our segment here, entertainersguide.com is where you can find all of the calendar updated each week. There are over 100 venues, over 40 cities across the state. So definitely head to entertainersguide.com to find all of the events and fun music across the state. But starting with Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar, we're open Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with our dueling pianos upstairs, DJs downstairs in our deep ultra lounge. Tonight you've got karaoke. Every Tuesday we have karaoke with DJ AJB Showtime. And then on the weekends, we've got the dance floor packed downstairs with some DJs. So we're out there in the heart of the Little Rock River Market District. And really cool. This has been on my radar for a while now. But over at the Arkansas State Fair, and I don't know if y'all have been talking about this, but the Rock the Country event is going on Friday. Nickelback, Hank Williams Jr., Shenandoah, Mark Chestnut, Little Texas, Logan Crosby, and the Ying Yang Twins. And then on Saturday, Kid Rock, Travis Tritt, Gavin Adcock, Lee Greenwood, Deanna Carter, Hudson Westbrook, and Afro Man. So that's going on this weekend at the Arkansas State Fairgrounds, and so that's cool. The Juneteenth in the Little Rock, there is an event going on, festival over here in Little Rock on Saturday. The Rev Room, just right next door to Willie D's, you've got JHS Class of 95 Sneaker Ball. They've got a sneaker ball, but I will say Sunday night, the Antlers in Okerville River, a band there. Stickies on the other end of the River Market District. You've got, Friday night, John Parks Friday. John Parks is on the patio, and then Darkness Resurrected dance night. So I will say patio. Y'all were out there. Y'all did a remote once over at Stickies on the patio. So they've got music out there now, which is a good, really cool little vibe. Really cool vibe. Saturday night, Cole Chaney, and then Sunday night, Lady Couch. The Wiz revisited a Drummer Boy Infinity production on Sunday over at the Hall. So that's The Wiz going on. And Cliff and I are going to be over at WXYZ Bar. We've talked about this before, but at a Loft Hotel. So Cliff and I will be doing a show on Thursday. But Wednesday night, you've got Ben Byers. Then we'll be there Thursday at 7. Really cool little bar lounge. Free to get in. Come grab some food. They have great food. And then Friday night, Steve Boyster. So that's Little Rock. If I head to North Little Rock, over at Birdie's, and I mentioned this before, but Birdie's Cabaret Theater and Lounge has now taken over the old Joint. And the Joint was there for many years. In fact, we performed there quite a lot. So they've got programming from Tuesday to Sunday, and I'm not going to read all of it off, but y'all head over to birdiescabaret.com and check out their calendar. Cliff and I will be there on Sunday playing from 5 to 7. So we'll do a little afternoon matinee show on Sunday in North Little Rock. Over at Four Quarter Bar, we've got Blues Boy Jag and Learning to Crawl on Friday, and then Stellar Ways on Saturday. I'm headed over to Hot Springs. Of course, at Oaklawn, I always mention Bad Habit is a fantastic band. Bad Habit is dear friends of ours. They're really great. They're there at Pop's Lounge this Friday and Saturday from 9 to 1 inside the casino. And in Hot Springs, the Bridge Street Live Entertainment District has a Thursday night event, Funky Town, and they pack the streets out. Lots of fun on Thursday in Hot Springs down there on Bridge Street, where they hold the world's shortest St. Paddy's Day parade. They painted the street green.
Nice.
And so it's right there. That festival's happening every Thursday in June. It's Funky Town this week. Tar and Wells is at Magic Springs this weekend, an inspirational artist. Couple more I'm going to hit. Conway, you've got Midnight South on Friday at King's Live. You've got Cordsmeyer, a married duo, on Friday at Rogue Roundabout. TJI Friday, Zach McKenzie on Friday, and Jet 420 at Mally's on Friday, as well as Tyler Kinch on Saturday.
They have live music at TGI Fridays?
Yeah, TGI.
They have a patio, or is it inside?
I believe it's inside.
Huh.
Jeremy, the owner, is a friend of mine. We went to college together.
Got you.
And so I saw he had something going on. They have Singo Music Bingo on Tuesdays. So,
Cool.
And then a couple more. Harrison, I've been working with this Creekside Amphitheater. They have a brand new venue starting this month. And so Tyler Farr, which is a national touring country artist, will be there next Friday. And then they've got Saving Abel coming in July. So they're starting to do an outdoor amphitheater up in Harrison. So just wanted to shout that out. You can go to creeksideamp.com to get those tickets. And I thought I would end small town shout out Russellville, the Old Bank Sports Bar and Grill, Thursday night karaoke, Friday Donnie Lee Strickland, and Saturday Funk and Go Nuts.
We like the Old Bank. That's a good spot.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah. So I could keep going. Y'all know I've got a lot on this calendar. Y'all head over to entertainersguide.com. Thank you for supporting, signing up for the mailing list. If you want to get an email each week, I just send out right after I'm on radio. I send y'all an email saying it's updated and hit the highlights in an email. So,
nice.
Awesome.
UCLA's in big trouble, boys and girls. They have the bases loaded with LSU Tigers all over the place. There are 2 outs, though, but UCLA has already given up a run here in the bottom of the 8th. They trail by 4, and we'll see if LSU can add to that total here coming up. But let's knock out a quick entertainment report, and then we'll do some birthdays.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
All right, great news. For those of you who like hot dog eating contests, the GOAT is coming back for the dog. Joey Chestnut announcing he's competing in this year's Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, ending his beef with the folks who put on the 4th of July tradition.
Yeah, I guess that
Nice wording.
I guess
Thank
the
you.
plant-based meat really wasn't paying. Yeah, he had to come back.
I guess not.
Isn't that why he stepped out last year?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's got to fly out. Okay, sorry. I thought that guy hit
Looked like a
home run.
longbow.
Yeah. Okay, so UCLA gets out of the inning down 9-5. This event means the world to me. It's a cherished tradition, a celebration of American culture, and a huge part of my life. So there you go. He says, I respect there were differences in interpretation, but I'm grateful we've been able to find common ground. We all are. We want to watch you
Slam
make all
some
that
dogs.
wet bread and eat those hot dogs. It's disgusting.
It is nasty.
Brad Pitt's in the news. F1's coming out. I can't wait to see that, actually.
Looks good.
He said he'd be open to reteaming with Tom Cruise, but he's got one stipulation in mind. He says, I'm not going to hang my ass off airplanes and blank like that, so when he does something again that's on the ground. That's when he said he would work with him again. They, of course, worked together in the Vampire flick, Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
That was 94, 04, 14, 12, like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So
It does seem like every single Tom Cruise movie now, he's got to do something outrageous stunt-wise. Like, he's not just like a grounded character ever anymore.
Yeah. He says, Tom always pushes it to the limit, but at the same time is super capable and very skilled. They both have the natural talent for driving, but, yeah, I could see Tom maybe scaring us a little bit more. That's from
the director.
His director, yes, from Top Gun. So
yeah, when he starts doing stuff with like all those harnesses, then maybe it'll be impressive.
He ain't Jackie Chan.
Ain't no Jackie Chan.
Can you see me roll my eyes from Omaha?
Yeah.
He hung off the side of an airplane that was upside down.
He didn't hang off anything. He was strapped to the side of an airplane.
You're insane, sir. Starbucks is tapping into the happy memories of longtime customers by returning a fan favorite, raspberry syrup, for a limited time in July, nearly 2 years after it was discontinued. It was introduced to the permanent menu in 2014 to create seasonal and secret menu beverages like cotton candy frappuccino. For those of you who just don't like coffee and drink garbage. Anyway, it was discontinued in 2007 and again in 23 to make room, and now they're bringing back. I don't understand why you limit yourself. Here's an idea, Starbucks. Have something besides vanilla that's sugar-free. There's an idea. There's an idea. What do you have that's sugar-free? Vanilla? They used to have sugar-free caramel. Is it that expensive for each Starbucks location? I realize you guys have cornered the market on making money and maximizing profits on coffee sales, but would it really kill you to have another $5 bottle of sugar-free caramel in the building? Also, I don't know, maybe I don't want to drink Pike's Place roast middle of the day. Could you make 2 different pots of coffee and just have them available? I don't want to pour over. Anyway.
Sound like you got a real beef. Did you go to Starbucks this morning and have an issue or something?
No, there's one across the street. Haven't stepped foot in there this trip. Got free coffee at the hotel. That's all I need. I'm easy. There's that great age-old question. Do you do cardio first, then lift, or do you lift and then do cardio? DJ, what's your order of...
I would prefer to do cardio first, then lift.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to get the things I hate the most out of the way. So I do cardio, then I do abs, and then I lift.
Yeah.
A new study published in the Journal of Exercise Science and Fitness suggests I'm doing it wrong, though. It says you should actually do lifting first, then do cardio to maximize fat loss. Researchers gathered 45 young men aged 18 to 30 who were classified as obese. They were divided into 3 groups for 12 weeks. As much as I've been on the road lately, I'm sure I'm classified as obese, too. One group served as a control and maintained their usual lifestyle habits without changing. The other 2 groups were trained for 60 minutes 3 times a week. Both groups followed identical training programs, but they just differed the order, and apparently cardio second was the most beneficial.
I had always thought cardio first because it gets your heart going, and then you keep it going by lifting.
That makes sense. I will say trying to do cardio after doing a full lifting workout is hard as hell.
Yeah, it is.
Sucks. So, anyway. I guess that's it. Did you guys do the top movies yesterday?
We did.
There's not one thing on this list that I want to see.
Not particularly.
That I haven't seen, I guess.
Wait, did you see Mission Impossible?
Yes.
What'd you think? I didn't.
It was
heard
okay.
Your thoughts. Oh, okay.
I thought it was good. I actually saw it right before I left.
For Florida?
For some trip. Yeah, Florida, that's right.
There's so many of them, I can't think of which one.
I know, they're all running together. No, I didn't love it. I thought the one before was better, the first half of that one, but it was fine. I haven't seen Ballerina. I do want to see that.
Just a lot of shooting.
I think Ballerina's a wait for home for me.
Have you heard anything on Phoenician Scheme?
I heard it was okay. It looks like a Wes Anderson movie, and you either like Wes Anderson or you don't. So.
I do.
I do too.
All right, let's do birthdays. 501 661 1037. What do you want to give away today, Christian?
We got Hot Springs Wise Guys tickets.
Ooh.
They played this Saturday, I think. Are you going to be there, DJ?
I will be there along with Jarius Wright. We are flipping the coin. We're doing the coin toss.
Flip. Honorary coin flip.
And we're gonna be on the field competing against some fans on some on-field competitions as well.
So that'll be this Saturday. They're facing the Ozark Lunkers.
Did y'all go to the first game?
Not yet.
I couldn't. I was on vacation.
Yeah. I didn't get a no, but my brother, Dr. Irwin at Smile Hot Springs, is the dedicated dental sponsor.
Okay.
The
I'll be there this weekend.
Sponsor. So we've been kind of involved with them. And good team, good folks, and excited.
Great players. I've had a chance to. They show up to my thing every Monday night, and they are a really good group of guys. Coach Bones came on too, Jess. You remember him, and yeah, he's got a really good crew. So the guys are really fun.
Awesome,
easy to be fans of.
That's great. I do want to go to a game pretty bad. Yeah. It just hasn't worked out time-wise so far.
They said 1,800 people showed up their first game, which was a record for the arena football kind of stuff. So it's awesome.
It's only 4 games at home, to me, it's such a good value, and it's a nice if you're already in Hot Springs or you're going down for the weekend or you're on the lake during the day. It's a great evening activity, and if you want to still go out and about, maybe catch some live music, you can catch the game and then go do that still.
That's
so
right.
I think it's
Is
awesome.
this the second of 4 home games?
Yes, this one is. Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, let's get to it. 501-661-1037. You got your 3, Christian?
Yep.
We already do. Fred, you're with DJ. Sam, you're with Christian, and Susan's got Keith.
Hey, Keith.
LSU has secured their victory. Boys, UCLA, Arkansas, tonight at 6 o'clock, weather permitting. And I saw there's one little blob coming through right around 6. And I think the rest of the chances after that are going out. So I feel pretty good that they're going to get the game in tonight. May have to start just a little bit late, but I think we're going to be fine. And I think it benefits Arkansas, especially with what UCLA ran through from a pitching standpoint today.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub. Your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. With locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
All right, guys and gal. We're going to do a little day in history trivia for extra points today, okay? Got a few good birthdays. Yesterday I heard it was a little rough. Heard a lot of struggling happening on the birthday trivia.
Great.
I can't believe you guys didn't get Neil Patrick Harris.
I got it.
Doogie Hazard.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I didn't get him for Doogie Hazard. When you said
Doogie Hazard.
Or
Doogie Howser.
How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
Barney?
Yeah.
I've never watched that show, but I do want to watch it.
In a Million Ways to Down the West.
Okay. He was also great in Gone Girl. Didn't work out so great for him.
Oh, I forgot he was in that.
I did too.
That was wild.
He was a little simp.
A little bad too.
He's a dead one, yep.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. All right.
Been
On
10
this day in 1960, this guy hit his 500th home run.
Babe Ruth.
Ted Williams.
Ted Williams, Christian, is correct. Babe played a few years before that, Deej.
Yeah, I just got through watching highlights of Babe Ruth. He wouldn't touch Gage Wood.
On this day in 1962, this man won his first major title by 3 strokes after an 18-hole playoff.
Arnold Palmer.
With
Nicholas.
Arnold Palmer.
Jack
Nicholas is correct.
Dang it.
He did it at Oakmont, of all places, interestingly.
Wow.
On this day, Dolly Parton recorded her song, I Will Always Love You, which made her a few bucks, but not as many as Whitney Houston made for her after re-recording it later on. What year did Dolly Parton record her song, I Will Always Love You? Susan, I'll start with you.
1976.
That is incorrect, DJ.
72.
Nope.
67.
73, DJ points.
I was close.
On this day in 1994, O.J. Simpson did not turn himself in. Instead, rode shotgun in a Ford Bronco for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Apparently nothing, if you believe the trial. And on this day in 2003, one of the great sports movies of all time
Remember the
was
Titans.
Released.
Bull
It
Durham.
is a
Given Sunday.
baseball
Bull Durham.
movie.
Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, that was the build. If you build it, they will come.
Field of Dreams.
You said 2003?
2003. It was inspired by a book.
The Rookie.
What's the one with
Sandlot. No, it was way before. Baseball
2003.
2003.
Brad Pitt.
Moneyball?
Moneyball?
That was like
that long
2011.
ago?
Did the book come out in
June
2003?
17th. The book came out in
Okay.
2003.
That's a
I may
bad
have said the
clue.
movie.
Yeah, let's move on from that
That
one.
was. Christian got the point. I bet you
What?
would like to. That was my bad. I misread. All right, this guy is a rapper.
50 Cent.
And
Kendrick Lamar.
P. Diddy.
Kendrick Lamar is correct.
What?
God.
Christian's on Fuego. And
Yeah.
Fuego. Susan, how old's Kendrick Lamar today?
48.
No.
30. I'll say he's 30.
No.
He's 39.
38.
Oh, I was way off.
This guy's an actor. We bought a zoo. Heaven is for real.
Mark
Easy
Wahlberg.
A. He was in Sideways. Got his nose smashed.
Paul
And in
Giamatti.
Spider-Man
Matt Damon.
3.
Oh, Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church is
I've had him on the
correct,
show
Christian.
before.
How old is he,
Bauxite.
Christian?
He's
Yes.
He used to be a town called Bauxite.
doesn't exist
what he
anymore
said.
apparently. People there don't even know it. He's 63.
He's not. Susan?
64.
Nope.
65.
Susan's on the board. This guy's an actor. He was in Johnny Dangerously. In the movie, he famously said, "It's an 88 Magnum." Well, like, I'm not even going to say the line. It doesn't even feel right to say it now. It's just like, you can't even say that line anymore.
Alec Baldwin?
Clint Eastwood.
No. He was also Saturday Night Live alum. And he was always buff, real buffed up comedian.
Adam Sandler.
No.
Carrot Top.
Not quite that buff. Happy birthday, Joe Piscopo.
Oh, yes.
If you've never seen Johnny Dangerously, underrated film. He's 74. This guy writes the songs that makes the whole world sing.
Ed Sheeran.
That's the songs that makes the whole world
You might catch him at the Copacabana.
I don't know his name.
Barry Manilow.
Susan, where are you?
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
By whom? For what? That was a layup for you.
I'm sorry.
How old's Barry Manilow today? Christian.
Barry Manilow is Tommy favorite. He is 79 today.
Nope. Susan.
73.
Nope.
82.
Bingo bango, DJ.
Really?
Big Barry fan.
Big fan.
This woman is one of the all-time greatest tennis players of all time,
Serena
but
Williams.
only the second best
Venus
in her own
Williams.
family. She is Venus Williams. How old is she, Susan?
43.
DJ.
Not that good.
46.
Nope.
I'll go in the middle, or sort of the middle, I guess. 44.
She's 45. No point. This man is an actor. He was also in Heaven is for Real. He was in Anchorman 2. He was
Steve Carell?
Stuck in Love. Stuck on You.
Greg Kinnear?
Greg Kinnear is
Which
correct.
one is that? Is he the...
in Stuck on You, he's the guy that stuck to Matt Damon.
Which one in Anchorman?
Yes. It was Anchorman 2. I never saw it.
He's one of the rival people.
Jack Lame?
I don't know.
Christian won. It's over. He's 62. It doesn't matter. All right, good job, boys and girls. Well done, Susan. You didn't get shut out. You got that going for you.
Who did I have?
You had Sam.
Okay. That's
one of these names. I'm going to give you a name that's not even a guy. It's like he's not playing. Let's hit a break. We're way behind. 12:40. Got to go. When we come back, let's check in with James. DJ, if you got anything you need to take care of, feel free.
We got to talk about my friends over there in Greenbrier. I'm talking Standing Firm Farms. Once again, pillars of the community over there taking care of the people. The other day when we got to hang out and they were a part of the community, gave away 300 burgers and 200 pounds of meat, taking care of the people. Standing Firm Farms is the place to be. So a lot of people, when it comes to health, you want to know what you put in your body, all right? And you want freshly homegrown products without all those hormones, no injections. You want to make sure that they're grass-fed and they got the grain. That's exactly what you're going to get at Standing Firm Farms. I tell you all the time, if you don't believe me, you go out there and look yourself. They got cattle out there. Was that north of Conway? Is that where Greenbrier is? So swing on out. You can go to standingfirmfarms.com. This is where you can see all the options. And so if you need something on the smaller end, for about $100, you can get a burger bundle box. That's going to have your beef patties. You also come with a couple New York strips. You got your whole little setup and some brats to go with it. And if you plan on maybe having food for the deep freeze, you can order up to a whole side of beef, that is. That'll last you the year, if not even more than that, all right? You can get that for up to $3,000. They got so many different options for everybody looking for high-quality Angus beef. That's what it's all about. They're honest with you, too, when it comes with the price. They said, yeah, you could probably go to the grocery store, find something at the same price. But when it comes to the quality, the marbling, and knowing what you're putting in your body, it's not even close, all right? And I can attest to it. I've been working my way through my own bundle box, and it's some good meat. I like the ribeye. It's pretty good.
You need to bring some.
Make a burger, too. Justin made a burger with the ground beef.
Oh, yeah?
Top notch. Real good stuff.
Nice.
Once again, go to their website right now to visit my friends at standingfirmfarms.com.
Floyd Seafood, Kill Avenue in Sherwood. Crawfish season is ending soon. Floyd Seafood has live Louisiana crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for final boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
This is SportsCenter.
In Major League Baseball last night, Shohei Ohtani took the mound for the Dodgers, making his first pitching outing since 2023. He threw just one inning, allowing one earned run in the process. He made up for it at the plate, where he went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs as the Dodgers beat the Padres 6-3. Elsewhere, the Rockies got their 15th win of the season by beating the Nationals 6-4. They're 15-57 on the year. They entered the day tied with the 1932 Red Sox for most losses through 71 games. Despite the win, they're still tied with the Red Sox, who also won Game 72. And the Arkansas Travelers are back tonight at Dickey-Stephens Park against the Wichita Wind Surge. First pitch is set for 6:35. Radio coverage can be heard on 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
It's high-flying and hard-hitting action in Hot Springs Saturday night at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena. Arena football featuring your Hot Springs Wise Guys battling the Ozark Slunkers. It's all indoors at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena Saturday night at 8. Tickets are available online at hotspringswiseguys.com. That's hotspringswiseguys.com. Don't miss the action Saturday night at 8 as your Hot Springs Wise Guys take on the Ozark Slunkers at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena.
Founded by the dynamic music duo Cliff and Susan Prowse, Big Red Dog Productions, your gateway to music excellence, offering music production, artist development, with a proven track record of award-winning events. From recording the songs you've written to learning how to book and play crowd-engaging shows, their Entertainers Academy can ignite your music career. Visit BigRedDogProductions.com. Your path to a full-time music career awaits.
What drives you? Family moments, new adventures, or just the love of the open road? Whatever it is, Gwatney Chevrolet is here to help you get there. For generations, we've been more than a dealership. We've been part of life's milestones, big and small. With a team that puts you first and a car buying experience that's easy and stress-free, we're here to find the perfect vehicle for what drives you. Visit us in Jacksonville or online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
So Restaurant and Bar presents the one and only Bill Vickery when he joins Morning Mayhem each week. So Restaurant and Bar on Kavanaugh in the heart of Little Rock's historic Hillcrest neighborhood. Experience fine dining right in your backyard.
The Zone and the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio is back. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, let's see what Justin Acri and DJ Williams have to say on the Buzz Radio Network.
Now, this will be a very short segment. Since 1957, my friends over at Gwatney Chevrolet have been taking care of business, and if you're looking for a new vehicle, even if you're considering it, you ought to go out there and just see what they have to offer. Pre-owned vehicles, absolutely, but brand new ones too at Gwatney Chevrolet. And obviously, if you want a Silverado, that is the place to get it. It is their bread and butter, and they'll take really good care of you. If you need to get something for your trade, maybe you need them to step up a little bit for you, it's the best place to be. Absolutely. Here in the middle of the month, happy to help you out. GwatneyChevrolet.com. Go see them. It's the James Street exit, heading north from the capital city. And if you need a smaller SUV all the way up to the Suburbans, they've got you covered at Gwatney Chevrolet. I will say our Chevy did really well get us from A to B for our coverage here in Omaha. So, anyway, go see our friends at Gwatney. They're going to treat you like family. No pressure sales. You don't get the deal you want, they will give you a smile, a handshake, and let you be on your way. And I think you're usually going to be awfully pleased. You're not going to want to leave without your new vehicle. So go see our friends over at Gwatney Chevrolet. Always good stuff happening over there. We're going to be a little behind. Sonny came up to me a minute ago, the GM of all the DJ's dugouts around town, and said, what time are they going to start? I'm like, well, 1. And then I looked down, I was like, 12:45. I'm not starting at 1. So a little behind schedule, but I assume they will have first pitch by 1:30. I haven't gotten an alert from anybody here from CWS Omaha, but I assume they'll be just a little bit behind schedule since that first game ended a little bit longer. It took a little longer than we thought it would. Some D3 Auto Sales texting. Cardio after lifting is the most obvious thing ever. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, I guess.
It wasn't too obvious to us.
That's from the 940. Steve in Ola says, Gage Wood was on Pat McAfee earlier. We saw that. We didn't hear it. I would like to hear it. I'm assuming Arkansas will put that video out at some point. I'm going to need that video too, DJ. Hook a brother up, says this guy from the 501.
Are you a brother? Or
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a Tesla? I don't know.
I can't wait to see it. You guys want to hear a couple of weird stats from the World Series?
Let's get it.
Most home runs, and I'm assuming this is in a single game. Let me see. Batting
3.
team, batting both teams. Yeah, I guess it's just one team.
Oh, by a team, not a single person? Okay.
By a team. Most doubles, most home runs. Most home runs in a game.
5.
It'll never be matched, I bet. 8.
Oh, my goodness.
By LSU against Southern Cal in 1998. Now, again, Rosenblatt and Charles Schwab, not the same place. So a little tougher to do it there. The best stat I saw today, though, as I was digging through these, was most strikeouts by a pitcher in an inning.
21.
In an inning.
Oh, in an inning?
3.
4.
4 is the answer.
How?
That's the
You get a
only one.
pass ball and a
okay,
strikeout.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So just an oddity. Thought that was kind of fun.
How does that happen again?
Well, if you get a pass ball on the third strike,
okay.
you can run to first base.
Beat him to first.
Most strikeout record is actually 20. We talked about that earlier. Or maybe I just told the morning guys. The guy that earned the strikeout record did it in 15 innings. He pitched 15 innings, and his team won 1-0.
Putting in some
That's all I
work.
get.
It's putting in some work.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it's insane.
It's like Paul Skeens before Paul Skeens.
Yeah, I mean, 15 innings. People don't go 15
This
innings anymore.
that Cade, the dude from LSU, what's his name again? Pitcher?
Cade Anderson.
Is he that? He's that special? Is he Paul Skeens special?
I don't know about that. Paul Skeens is almost generational. He's pretty special.
Who's
He's got to
been
get
the-
off that crappy team, though, if he wants to have any kind of career.
Is he the latest college? Like, has anybody been better than him since he's graduated?
No, it's only been a couple years, too. So.
Yeah.
Pitcher? No.
No.
2 years.
Would you say Hagen was up there?
Hagen was the best. I mean,
He
about
wasn't
as good
better
as
than
anybody.
Skeens, but he was good.
Yeah.
And he's left-handed. I mean, he's got a lot of advantages. He's not in the bigs yet, though. Let's see who else. Some other interesting ones here.
We still got a break, by the way. Probably need to.
Yeah. Go ahead. I don't see that many good ones here. Are we really doing Kendrick Lamar into the break?
We are. It's his birthday.
I know it is.
I heard about it on Birthday Trivia.
Yep. That's where I learn most things. All right, let's do it. We'll come back and wrap it up in the zone, live from Omaha. Thanks to our great sponsors, Edwards Food Giant, Whataburger, and Bet Saracen. Stick around.
Be all right, huh? We gon' be all right. We gon' be all right. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be all right. And when I wake up,
Lost in the legal jungle? Relax. You have a lion on your side. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue. Lion Legal. We bite back.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring. Are you needing new flooring or a custom shower today, but need time to pay for it? Come see my friends at River City Flooring in Maumelle and get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring or bathroom remodel. They carry the largest selection of waterproof flooring, carpet, tile, hardwood, and granite countertops. Come in for the huge spring sale. Get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring, 0% financing. Sale ends soon, so don't wait.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Forest River RV in Sherwood, Arkansas is now open. Come celebrate during our grand opening block party, June 20th through the 22nd. We'll have free food, on-site giveaways, and fun for the whole family. Plus, take advantage of huge grand opening discounts on the top Forest River floor plans. Tour hundreds of new RVs along with the large selection of quality pre-owned RVs. Don't miss the grand opening block party at the all-new Forest River RV dealership in Sherwood, June 20th through the 22nd. Get all the details at forestriverlittlerock.com/grand opening.
Explore the great outdoors indoors at the Longview. From conservation to sustainability, works from the Bank of America collection. A free new art exhibit now open at the Arkansas Museum of Fine Arts, featuring nature prints, landscape photography, and eye-catching sculptures. This exciting exhibit will give you a whole new appreciation for art and the environment. Go check it out. Admission is free, and the exhibit is open all summer long. Plan your visit today at arkmfa.org. That's arkmfa.org.
You're in the zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with Justin Acri and DJ Williams.
I'm up until the coffee, downwind from the paper mill. I'm out here spitting on the sidewalk, taking in the factory smells. Heaven knows she tends to smoking out the window. In the air, that gas pipe leak. I wonder if she's cringing at the same time, thinking pretty thoughts of me.
He transferred to Batesville the year after I graduated, so I didn't get to play with him, but the past couple years in the off season, since he's went to college, he comes in and plays catch with me every day that I need to play catch. He works out with me. He stands in on bullpens, like gives me feedback. So, I mean, when I'm home, there's not much in Batesville, if y'all don't know that. I mean, I think there's 10, 11,000 people there, so there's no nice place for me to go throw on a track man or with these other college guys. You know, it's me and him. So, you know, he helps a lot when I'm home, so I wanted to go tell him that I loved him. I'd see him in the off season and to keep working, and that I was proud of him for making it here for the first time, and it's my first time too, and he's just a freshman, so who knows where he'll end up. After I hugged all my teammates and, you know, they were telling me great job and everything, that was just all I could think of. You know, like I was on cloud nine, but I mean, one of my great friends, you know, his season ended. So, I mean, I feel like any normal person would do that.
How can you not love Gage Wood? Talking about kind of going over and comforting Cunningham, the shortstop for Murray State, who's also a Batesville native. I mean, how about that, to have a couple of Batesville guys squared off? In fact, it's interesting. Wood struck out Cunningham for the 18th strikeout of the day, which was the record setter, because the old record was 17. Of course, he ends up with 19. I think Cunningham struck out 3 times yesterday, but hey, don't feel bad. A couple other guys did too. So it was a particularly difficult day for the Racers. And look, people could say, I saw some people online going, well, let's see if they can go against a real team. That's a good offensive team. That's a team that beat Ole Miss. That's a team that beat Duke on the road in the Supers. I mean, it just the hatred, the disdain, the
I can't believe it. Yeah, it's getting old. It's awful.
Yeah, you Eeyores out there need a little bit of love in your life. Anyway, let's talk to Mr. Moore. I know he's excited about today, and Wes, I think Arkansas has certainly got a great shot in today to get to tomorrow. I don't know who UCLA didn't throw, but they sure threw a lot of dudes today.
Yeah, they threw pretty much all their back-end guys, but the thing for UCLA, they kept them in short stints. Nobody threw a whole lot of pitches, so they'll be available to go again tonight. You just worry or wonder how effective they could be on that short turnaround. I thought it was kind of telling after the game. They were interviewing Kason Evans for LSU, and he said, we did not want to play tonight. we wanted to go back to the hotel room and rest. He said, I got 3 hours of sleep last night. By the time they finally left the park, get back to the hotel, then the early morning wake-up call. So that's what UCLA is facing, short rest. And I don't know, can you nap now? It's,
I can.
1 o'clock, and you play at 6. I don't think they'll play at 6. This next game's not going to start till 1:47. You got showers coming in. Looks like rain in the future radar around 6 o'clock. But hopefully Arkansas plays tonight because I think that's better for them against UCLA.
Agreed.
If not, then we don't get to hang out with our viewers or listeners tomorrow.
Oh, it'd be devastating. I know you hate to have a day off.
It'd be tough.
It'd be terrible. Yeah. Wes, what are you guys doing today?
Matt Jones is coming on at 1:30. He's up there with you in Omaha. Coach Z at 2:10. I'm trying to find anybody that will join me at 2:30.
I'll do it.
You do it?
Yep.
All right. We'll talk with Acri at 2:30, and Josh Berry in Fox 16. He's also up there. He'll join us at 3:30. So we'll have a kind of a split show, Omaha and Little Rock.
I love it. Sounds great. Great job, Susan. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
everybody coming on today and listening in. Stick around for Out of Bounds. We're back tomorrow recapping a Hog win.
Red Eagles triumphant return to Oaklawn. Friday, September 26th, Oaklawn Event Center in Hot Springs. From over 50 million albums sold comes